Hey, hello everyone. Good afternoon on this beautiful Father's Day. Hope you all are well as we get underway for our final day of TSCC Spring 2024. I'm Bonnie C, joined with Patster once again to
Yo,
give you this conclusion
yeah,
of
should be really good.
these past couple of weeks. Where we got some nice matches to come and go. A lot of teams actually looking to for a win here in Division One, Two, and Three. But our eyes will be on Division One to kick things off. What do we have going for us?
We are going to have an incredibly biased match to begin with because
Yes.
I'm English and Boney is Dutch, and we're starting off
Yes.
with Netherlands versus England. So
Perfect.
you're going to see one of us celebrating, one of us commiserating. I'm not sure which one it'll actually be. I've got to admit, I hate to say this. I think it's slightly in the favour of the Dutch, but
It's somewhat tough. Yeah. So where I think the pendulum may swing is really the rally. We know England is avoiding rally, right? And Netherlands has been playing rally, so I think that in and of itself may cause some issues for the English squad. But I mean, at the same time, we've seen Epsilon Idolus just being banger and banger of a time. I'd say besides the rally, they need to make sure that that inconsistency that we've seen from them yesterday to be scrubbed away. Because that has been, it's really been a bit of, own worst enemy, not even necessarily the opponent in some of these rounds.
yeah, for sure. Um, I think the one thing going for England, though, hear me out.
All right,
So
all right,
Denmark knocked Netherlands down to the lower
sure.
bracket, and then England knocked out Denmark. So I think
Yes.
we're going to end up with a very strange rock paper scissors scenario. For England should win this. I might be a little optimistic here. Might be clutching
Sure,
at
sure.
straws, but
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe you may be up to something. You may be up to something. But yeah, it's let's just say a bit of a rock paper scissors situation. I mean, at the end of the day, as well, both teams in the lower bracket, as mentioned, right, was not fully expected for Netherlands to actually be dropping down to
oh, not at
the
all.
lower bracket. Right from round one, they've been dropped down into lower and been having to contest from that point on. So yeah, bit of a longer journey. But at the same time, England, same way. They also have been fighting their way through and pretty much taking everyone out, both teams, who then afterwards came down into the lower brackets. Like, yeah, get down to our level, we'll take you down, right? But now the two champions of the lower bracket facing off against one another, and the winner of those will be up against Germany, who
Yeah.
in a bit of an upset lost 3-0 versus Norway, waiting in the grand finals right now. That was still ridiculous to watch, honestly, just to see,
Yeah,
this
Norway.
German squad so strong, but then to be, well, just dismantled like
Yeah,
that.
Norway were in absolutely incredible form yesterday. I mean, they knocked out England 3-0, who have, now made it top four. They knocked out Germany 3-0. Two of the three remaining teams they've got to go against, they've already beaten 3-0 in the knockout, and I believe they beat the Dutch side in the Swiss. You'll need to, like, fact check me on that.
Maybe right. Yeah.
Um, these are all kind of known matchups. Uh, but we do have picks and bans it, so
Yeah.
we
Yes,
will
we
look at
do.
them very briefly. Um, First we have ban of 22 from England and 14 from Netherlands. Then first pick from Netherlands one, we have 15.
Yeah, some tight dirt action
Yeah,
to get in their way.
it feels like
Interesting.
a brave choice to me because England does have Epos, and Epos is very good on dirt.
Yes. Yeah. Very true. So I do wonder if, in that regard, they feel like either Stuffs or Knusje, two Dutch players who are also quite adept at dirt, to be the ones to perhaps be able to counter that, right? Because in that sense, as you say, a bit of a interesting choice to actively pick into somebody, who is good at dirt. And 15 is all about the dirt. It's all about getting those slides correctly. And not only that, the space that you have available,
It's
there's
so
not a lot.
tight.
It's so tight, and it's so easy to also like just these small little hops to catch some airtime, which you don't really want. A lot of optimization, a lot of low speed at that as well, right? To control your car in that way. We'll see if that does pay out. For England, though, 24 being picked up, I don't think that's surprising anyone whatsoever. We've seen Apple's just drive 58 after 58 on that track, but it never has looked that convincing
Comfortable.
every single
No.
time we've seen them play on 24, despite them clearly being good at the map. It's just been a bit, somewhat tricky. Um, so I do wonder how that'll go. I do believe when a Dutch squad has played on that, they haven't been looking too good either, to be fair. So may still be a good choice. Following that up, we have 13. 13 we haven't seen too much of. I'm trying to recall what 13
Yeah, I'm
is
trying to remember
exactly
what
at
map
this point.
13 is.
That's how
It's
often we've seen it.
yeah, quite a rare pick.
Well, we'll see it. I'll see it when I believe it, and then I'll fully remember, obviously. And then closing things out with the last pick from the Netherlands being 12.
Reactor grass. That again
Yeah,
feels like a strange pick, considering that, a common pick for England has been 16. Billy hasn't
yes,
always paid off, but they show, competency on that strange kind of reactor penalty grass surface, especially as it's becoming quite common in comp. You see even very heavily in
yeah,
Kerberos maps, and now a lot of people are starting to take that idea and run with it. So I would expect the common comp players, people like Sox, like Ebos, like Idle, to probably
yeah,
be representing England on that track. I'm sat
yeah,
here trying to
yeah.
remember what
So
13 is.
yeah, well, I mean, when I see it, I know I will know it. But for at this point in time, it's probably one of those maps I repressed because I got AT on it and I was done with it. That's my guess. But when we see it, we see it. Our final map, full wood, is going to be 7. And every time we've seen 7 in the past, it's really just been neck and neck with the just really just getting the lines correctly on the wood, trying to get as much speed out of it as possible. I know in the past the Dutch team has been a fan of picking wood maps, but oh, there you go. It's the jump sideways over snow. Thank you. Yes, now I fully remember.
Yep,
Yes.
I've just looked at it. Right, I'm gonna interrupt you. We're live.
Yes. Hey, we are live. This is the Dutch pick. They are top seed, hence them being able to pick first. And 15 to kick things off. We've got Spammy, Stufts, and Knusje currently out for the Dutch squad. Epos, Idolus, and Sox
Oh,
on
what a
the
no
English
slide from
squad.
Ethos.
Yeah, what speed? Just shooting past Spammy right there. And Stufts in 3rd place. They really need Knusje to stay in 5th. And for the time being, able to stay in that spot, but Sox is looking quite hungry at the moment. Good fight between Epos and Spam at the moment, though. Very close to one another, though. It does
Oh,
look like
so
Epos is
close to
going
the
to be able to
wall.
get it out there. Yeah.
He'll
But
hold
he's
on to
left
that.
all
Where's everyone
alone.
else? He is.
Left all alone. This is a bit of a... I feel like this is not a coincidence anymore. This is very much the rule that it seems for the English squad. They tend to have one player who is out on top, really driving great times, but missing the rest of the team. Has been costing them so many rounds.
Yeah, and first one we lose there is Sox, as we then see a mistake from Spam. So that leaves, only 3 at the top, as Stuffs goes and drives all over penalty, not where you want to be. So it's going to be a bit of pressure on Idolus here, I think. Find his camera, there we go.
Hey.
Because if Idolus can't hold on to top 3, and Epos doesn't make any major mistakes, this should go the way of England. Knusje
Yeah.
losing a bit of time there in the previous section. He might be able to get past Idle, but Idle's fight isn't with Knusje, it's with Stuffs, who is a good 4 attempts behind. Idle will hold on to 3rd, and that round will go the way of England. By early mistake from Sox there. So, not quite a complete one-man band there.
No, exactly. 2 mistakes happening on the Dutch side there as well. So that very much costing them the round along that way as well. So for now, 1-all. Still, on the Dutch pick. I haven't really seen any reason to necessarily doubt the choice, but at the same time, it's only been 2 rounds. We're gonna have to see how this plays out. As for the time being, Stuffs is taking the lead at the moment over Epos. Spammy in third place, following suit to make sure to keep that top tree locked up. Ooh, nice no slide there from Epos. And look at the speed he is gaining with Stuffs
Ah,
making a
Stuffs
mistake
makes a
along the
mistake.
way.
Okay, so
Ay,
now
ay, ay, ay,
Socks
ay.
versus Ganacho. If Socks can get on to third, that would be huge. It's going to be super tight here. Epos looking to hold off Spam. And Socks moves in front of Ganacho. For now, he's going to hold on.
He does.
And they go
Great driving.
1-3-5 again. So,
Yeah, yeah.
Epos, I feel like we haven't really been speaking about him. It's a bit like Max Verstappen effect. You don't talk about him because he's always at the front, and that's just kind of assumed. So,
yeah.
we haven't really been speaking about him, but, 3 rounds, 3 wins. It puts the Dutch in a very difficult position where they need all 3 of their players there every single time.
Exactly.
That said,
Ooh.
this time around, Epos, I thought he made a mistake there.
I think a little lag spike. I mean, he is there in second at the moment. It did seem like a mistake just from the corner of my eye, but
oh, poor no slide
right
there.
though. Yeah,
very poor no slide.
That was most definitely a mistake.
A very good opportunity for the Dutch. Ganacho and
England's
Stuffs.
hunting.
1-2. Spam crashes. So long as Ganacho can keep it clean, it should be an easy round for the Netherlands. Epos makes a mistake, and that will be the round going the way of the Dutch.
Yeah, 2-all. I mean, it's so far, it seems like a pick that has been picked for the Dutch to, they know they drive well on, but not necessarily taking their opponents into consideration too much. Because so far, honestly, it's tit for tat. Haven't necessarily seen any difference in terms of pace. Every one of these players is able to drive fast, and it's really a matter of consistency. And 15 is all about consistency. Great start there from Epostera as well. Great no slide as well to get so much speed into this dirt section here with the rest of the Dutch squad kind of lagging behind. Socks supporting right now, though, in second place. Spam and Stuffs looking to get in front of the English player. And then we do see that Stuffs is able to do it for the time being.
We'll Socks still holding on.
Ooh,
this is huge pressure on Socks. And Spam crashes, and that should be the round done.
Yeah, not
if
a lot.
Epos holds on to first, then... Oh! Where'd Idle go? Where'd Idle go?
Where did Idle go, indeed?
That's a huge little mistake there.
That's definitely not what they were looking for. They had that opportunity, right? That potential for Idle is just unable to stick the landing at the end, to take full advantage of the mistake on Spammy's side. And Socks somewhat flustered, maybe.
Idle goes flying, and this round is looking very dodgy for England already here. It's going to rely on some big mistakes from the Dutch side.
Yeah, for the time being, though, Stuff's taking the lead from Epos. Spam and Knusha just trying to get in between. Idle's just having issues this round. Again, messing up that transition right there. Just getting a bit too much awkward airtime. Falling ways behind. So Epos at the moment just lonesome at the top for England. Still showing off that he has what it takes. But yeah, unfortunate situation where the rest of the team is not quite there to support. And it's going to be 2, 3, 4. For the Netherlands to get another round in, and they lead 4-2, looking to pick up their first map with just a singular round. But they have looked vulnerable, right? It definitely is not going to be an easy one here.
Yeah, great race there between Stuffs and Epos, all the way to the line.
Yeah.
Stuffs complimenting Epos' end right there.
Really?
I think these are two of the best. These are two of the best generation late TM 2020 players. Of course, the light saver, Epos drives straight into the first wall.
Well, they both.
Okay, right. I'm never giving a compliment again. It's just not worth it. It just doesn't work.
It just goes wrong every single time. Yeah. Well, I'm happy with
on
the situation.
Hunt, though. He's moved up to third despite that early error. That wasn't the perfect turn. He's got 2 attempts to make up. He's going to need a very good ending here if he wants to get past Ganacho and Spam. But they need this to try and keep this map alive.
Yeah, Fnatisha trying to hold down the wall, though. Trying to hold down the door. Epos is right behind, but it's not going to be enough even if he overtakes right now. Does not do it, but still a close round up until the end. And for now, Netherlands picking up the first map, leading 1-0. This is their own map pick, so moving on to 24, which is an England pick. Not, nice to see the Dutch leading, but clearly for what we have seen so far, this is very much an even match.
Yeah, it started off very close, but I think there are a few rounds where just like 1 point didn't go the way of the English, and that kind of led to a scoreline that looks perhaps more dominant than it was. But we're now going to go on to map 24,
24, yeah.
which I gotta admit, I do slightly fear for England here. You know, they're going to be playing against some top quality players, and someone like Spam, he's obviously an incredibly quick player. But I remember watching Carl talk about him, and he said the scary thing with Spam isn't his pace, it's that he just finishes every single round.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's in that sense. I mean, still one of the things that I remember seeing, knowing why Spam is as good as he is, was a LAN a couple of years ago, one of the first Dutch LANs we've had for Trackmania 2020 after the Rona things. And he came into the tournament pretty much unprepared, and he looked somewhat vulnerable. But at the end of the day, it's as if he was training, if not more, than the other competitors, and just completely cleaned, just cleaned house. It was ridiculous to watch. It really just gave you an idea of what, a player like him is capable of. And even though he hasn't been, playing competitively anymore to the degree that he used to, he is still a force to be reckoned with due to that. And I think 24, right? That I think the most mixed map that we have, right? That would fit into a competition. This probably does play to Spammy's strengths.
The only section that doesn't feel like a comp map is this bobsleigh, but it's only one turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Outside of that, like this whole section, I mean, wood still isn't really common in comp, but this kind of weaving plastic, this is something you'll see quite commonly in competitive maps at the moment, and these are all, top level, like mixed competitive players. These aren't specialists in a certain surface. These are all mixed players.
Oh yeah.
So interesting to see not a single change of lineup there.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Darkest Sentinel seeming to warm up at the moment.
Oh, Dark Sentinel is
to perhaps take the bench.
Yeah, indeed.
So there is that option.
That has changed since I last flicked over the camera.
That's all right. That's all right. But yeah, no, on the English squad though, still Soxin, still Idlison, still Appleson, and honestly, again, the best player I think we've seen on 24 the entire tournament has been Epos. Just so many 58s driven during rounds is just boggling to the mind. I mean, it's already impressive enough to see a 59, low 59 come out for that matter. But having seen him drive, 58.8s, 0.9s on a track where I think, most people will be struggling to just get AT, let alone gold perhaps, is impressive in and of itself, and is that boon for England. And it makes sense why 24 is picked, but as also mentioned at the start of the match, this has been a bit of an Achilles heel, right? Just missing the team at the end of the line has been causing England quite some trouble. But let's see if this time around that will be the case, or if they are able to take their map no sweat whatsoever as we go live for map number 2.
Yeah, you'd hope they maybe would have done some practice on this track after the inconsistency yesterday, especially if they knew it was going to be a common pick going forwards for them.
Sure, yeah.
And the whole team is very, very bad. So you can see Sox and Idle, of course, Spam and stuff's very quick here. It will be on Epos to try and fend them off as we go into this bobsleigh section. Epos not getting best line he's ever done, and this does look like a Dutch 1-2 for now, but Epos gets past one. Going to be hunting down stuff. So we go on for slippery surfaces where Epos is so good, but so is Stuffs, and this is going to be a big ask to try and overhaul this lead. I think it will be too little too late.
Not enough speed, not enough space. And a 59.2 from Stuffs to secure that first place. Spam just covering the rear with a 59.6. Darkest Sentinel not having the best line. But 1 point will do to allow the Netherlands to lead map number 2 1-0. Yeah, it's still, Epos we've seen be faster, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if, a couple of lines didn't look as clean as he usually would drive him. I think it's a matter of perhaps warming up a little bit. Oh no, I know we didn't catch it on stream, but Idlist, unfortunate crash right there, entering into the grass.
Darkest Sentinel, massive accident, though.
Going,
Epos crash, only Sox and Spam up the front.
Whoa!
Where is everyone?
Absolute chaos.
What this is actually going to come down to is Spam versus Sox. I gotta be honest. Fox is a great player, but I don't think that was the line I was anticipating saying anytime soon.
Well, he has quite the lead at the moment. I mean,
He
3
does.
tenths
He
of a
has
second.
3/10 advantage. Everyone else, not really going to be any overtake behind. Idle had a massive accident, really far behind. So it should hold on to 136 here. If Stocks could stay ahead, and
Yeah, he's doing it.
this reminds me of the very first round we saw on this track.
Yeah.
With Norway versus England,
Bloodshed.
which was utter chaos. I think one person finished
Yeah.
on a clean run, and it reminds me of this. This round it can take names sometimes.
Oh, definitely.
But you know what? It went in England's favour, so
Yeah.
yeah. Considering
I can imagine you're quite happy with the result.
yeah, we'll put it like that.
Yeah. It's just gameplay tactics, a bit of RNG
Oh,
manipulation.
my dogs.
Oh,
my darkest. Okay, we're up to a
I love
2v2 at the
2v2.
front.
Bit of chaos happening, but yeah, it's for now Stuffs and Spammy versus Epos and Idolus.
Oh, that is a big
Idolus with a
mistake from
mistake, Stuffs
Stu.
with a
Big
mistake.
mistake from Idle. Socks up into third now.
What is going on? It's just this inconsistency from both sides.
Up
Spam
by
with a
fam.
bad landing. And just like that, it's a 1-2 for England after just 40
Idle's
seconds.
up into fourth somehow. We see Stuffs trying to chase down Socks here. I have no idea if it's going to affect the result. I don't think it will.
No.
Soxius needs to keep it clean here. Epos needs to keep it clean. He's the only one actually on a clean run. He drives at 0.2. I dare say it was a bit pointless to go that far, given the next person was a second behind in his own teammate.
Yeah.
Yeah, another incredibly crashy round there, but it goes the way of the English.
Yeah, it's a bit messy, but hey, I mean, they're getting the results that they're looking for. So, can you really complain? Can you? I mean, kind of, because you don't want it to go that
would be
way.
my answer.
You want it to be a bit more convincing, a bit more clean, a bit more, motivating, if you will. Ooh, Spam this time
Best
around.
mistake there from Spam.
Really mistake. Yeah, it's Epos, Idolus, and Sock currently in first, fourth, and fifth, and Stuffs and Darkest Sentinel.
Ooh, Sock makes a mistake.
Yeah, won't be the
Fucking dropping
biggest
behind
considering Spam's mistake.
Nope. Spam's very far back.
So it's going to be up to Stuffs right now to try and catch up to Epos if the Dutch want to get a round win here. But at the same time, Idolus in top 4 is hunting down Darkest Sentinel. So with Stuffs seemingly losing more and more space onto Epos, I don't think that is going to be the way going forward.
Idle goes for move on Dark Sentinel.
Great attack.
Yeah,
to pay off with the speed towards the end.
Close.
He does.
It will, and that is the first semi-convincing round. We have the first 58 out from Epos.
Yeah.
Stuffs drives time it would have won almost any other round, but ends up second that time. As Epos drives at 58.9. That is incredible pace. But that's the first round where I think England have actually looked like they picked this map, to be honest. Even though they're 3-1 up.
I mean, it still hasn't been as clean as would have liked. Socks with the small mistake right there. But even then, a good round there for England, and just making sure that they're getting the points that they need on their map pick. Ooh, but the star player right there, Epos, unfortunate crash right there.
Yeah, that's a big error.
To be fair, every time it has happened, mistakes have happened on the other side as well. So far, though, everyone's driving relatively clean. We've got Stuffs currently smack dab in the middle of Socks and Idolus, who are trying to get this round win in with the two of them. And that may actually be enough. So it's up to Stuffs right now to just hold down the door. And Socks is really pushing onto him, right? Just really giving a lot of pressure, pretty much side by side. Does manage to get away from him, heading into the plastic. And we'll see if that will be maintained. As Spam actually is trying to get in between as well.
Stuffs crashes! Idle wins the round!
And it's a 1-2 for England. Unfortunate crash right there. Really costing the Netherlands the round there. Needed that first place, but hey, sometimes the pressure just gets to you.
Before now, we've complimented Epos saying he's a bit ahead of the rest of the team. But that was an incredible round from both Idle and Socks. They were able to put the pressure onto Stuffs, means that he couldn't just drive safe lines, and it forced him into a mistake. And they were there, they picked up the pieces, went 1-2 without Epos being anywhere to be seen. So, yeah, that was an
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely incredible round from the pair of them. Less incredible from Idle, but even worse from Dark Sentinel there. That's going to be a huge respawn. Uh,
Ooh.
Socks not enjoying that corner one bit.
No,
Stuffs
no, no.
clips.
Just oh,
And
yeah. Now we're 1-3-5 positions for England, so should be a 5-1 victory as long as they hold on to these positions. And considering the time between all of the players, I don't think that's an unreasonable ask at all. Just need to drive out
yeah,
the round now.
yeah, big gap behind everyone. Stuffs, I think, has made another mistake. He's now almost 3 seconds down. Idle just needs to bring it to the line, as does Epos. We get first, we get third.
Whoa,
As long as
beautiful
Socks can go
time.
and finish, which he's going to be able to. That is GG. England get a point on the board.
Yeah, 1-0, and moving on to 13, which is, as mentioned in chat, so the rally car would into penalty snow and try to get as much speed as possible by going sideways and making your way on the other side of the wood. We'll see. We'll see, though, if that will be beneficial for England. Again, we haven't really seen them pick into rally too much, so I am somewhat surprised for them to choose into 13. Perhaps it's a bit of a counter pick into the Netherlands. I'm not quite sure what times they have at the moment. I will take a look. I will take a look.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see a lineup change. I don't think I've actually seen Burnt Bagels play once, which is unfortunately kind of how it seems to go when it comes to these England sides. He's been featured quite a bit, but doesn't end up playing that heavily. But he is an absolute specialist on ice, so it isn't an ice track though. So I don't know. Maybe he'll come in. I'm
No,
I'm really
he
not. I
is.
have no idea who we're gonna see.
He is. So just looking at the times real quick. Fastest players are Idlers, Burnt Bagels, and Socks on 13. So
But no
perhaps it is
repos.
a choice to bring Burnt Bagels in. On the Dutch squad that will be going to Dark Sentinel, Poopoor, and Spammy J. Ah, well, there you go. Darklight also confirming that. Cheers for that. So, it's good to have that ace up the sleeve, right? I think that has been part of the English game plan, right? Just to have at least one player you can build on, that can bring in those 6-pointers and make sure that the rest can cover the rear. Works out,
Yeah,
like
it
50% of
still
the time, I
feels
would
like
say.
it still feels like quite a brave pick though.
Sure,
Um,
sure.
I don't know if I was picking maps, I wouldn't have gone 13. So
14 was in fact banned, yes. So 22 and 14 being banned.
yeah,
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
agreeing with me in chat. Like,
It's
yeah,
yeah,
I'm
interesting pick.
very confused. I don't know what the play is here. Maybe they've all just been offline cracking.
Who
Got
knows? Who knows?
secretly absolutely cracked times on this very strange track and are gonna,
Sure, sure.
try and surprise everyone. But yeah, I am stumped by this pick.
Yeah, I mean, Idolus is looking quite fast here on warm up. I mean, the best way to see how fast people are is really just to see how far they can clear the no steer block. And he's getting some nice jumps in during warm up. Oh, spam not so much as I swapped over to him. But yeah, no, there's a lot of I mean, Rally Wood is one thing with the hairpin uphill as well, but then the sideways section, sometimes can feel a little bit like a bit of a gamble, right? Just making sure you get the sideways action correctly, hoping you get the speed into the wood section. The wood section isn't flush with the penalty snow, so, a crash may occur, which we have seen during Swiss on this track. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's going to be Burnt Bagels, Idolus, and Socks versus Spam, Darkest Sentinel, and Poopoor. And we are off for map number 3, 1-all, and we do see that the Dutch are leading at the moment. Poopoor and Spammy in first and second, the rest of the English squad right behind, but this is the part where speed matters a lot, and it doesn't look like the English squad has what it takes to overtake Poopoor and Spammy at the moment, so they will have to keep going forward and take this one too, and they do.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, that first round has done absolutely nothing to alleviate my confusion towards this map
No.
pick. I've not really seen
Yeah.
anything where yes, this was a good idea. It's been
It's
picking this map,
yeah,
England.
I mean that may be why I was like trying to think which map this was, right? Why wait, 13? What is 13? And you know, it's not until highlighted by chat that I think that's where the confusion started to set in, but here we are. And yeah, for the time being, it does look like Spam and Poopoo are doing a phenomenal job driving in top 3 once again. Socks in between as well, looking at the speed. Spam with a mistake right there.
Goes left.
And that's what,
where was he going?
that is what I was talking about. Yeah, it's very easy to falter right as you enter into the wood section out of that sideways. And while Poopoo does get the first place with a clean 33.8, it's the rest of the English squad coming in to bring point number 1 their way.
Yeah, they
Hey,
do get a
Giuliano,
point.
don't laugh at them, man. I know you're so good at this. Come on, don't laugh at them. They're trying. They're trying to. Giuliano was absolutely crushing on 13.
Giuliano's taking note of like, right, pick this against whoever we're playing against. You will be playing one of these two, so if you're not impressed by either performance, then
yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. But no, that's enough chitter chatter. Ooh, a lot of sideways going around.
Ooh, Dark Central.
Two mistakes.
This has gone well.
Yeah, yeah, 2 mistakes on the Dutch side.
That was the most biased bit of casting I've ever done. The 2 Dutch players crash. I go, ooh, this has gone well.
Ooh, this is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they use something. Maybe the English use something,
Maybe.
but there was just
be.
no consistency on the Dutch side, and they just figured they could get 2, 3, 4 every round. I still think it's brave, but they are 2-1 up, so what do I know, I suppose? We'll see if they hold it, but...
Yeah, but as mentioned, right, it's you see it that exiting out of the penalty snow is what's causing, at the moment, these issues for the Dutch squad, right? We consistently see them crash at that point. Darkest Sentinel taking the uphill hairpin turn just too narrow every single time as well, causing him some issues at the same time. And once again, it is the English leading, but Poopoo with a lot of speed starting to chase down some players. Not quite sure if it's going to be enough to get past Burn Bagels. He's really trying to get past it. Socks fails, and Poopoo comes in. Let's go.
Huge mistake from Socks there. This tiny little clip costing him the time, costing him third. Wait, that's a draw.
Ooh, Darkest didn't finish.
Darkest didn't finish.
Darkest did not finish. That is... Oof. That's not what you want on a track like this at all. I feel like, you know, even with the timer that we have, should be enough time to finish. But as mentioned, right, he's consistently taking this hairpin turn a bit too narrow. This time around, making it a bit easy, and you can see it does him so much more favors. Who was it that crashed right now? Was it Idolist?
I think it was Idol, yeah.
Yeah, and Socks having some issues as well. Burnt Bagels alone at the top.
Team not there, really.
Yeah,
don't know what Socks is doing.
Little bit of you know, touching up the fence, you know, giving it a nice paint job. Either way, definitely not going to be winning them any rounds. And in fact, with Burnt Bagels failing at the end, that's going to be an ace for the Netherlands. Could have been a lead, but yeah, I think just on the Darkest Sentinel side, that hairpin just really cost him a lot of time. He may have hit the checkpoint while going through it, standing respawn. Not quite sure what happened. But either way, for now, 2-all. Still on the pick for England, but yeah, it's still somewhat confusing as great hairpin turn right there from the Dutch squad, and Burnt Bagels and Socks, the only two somewhat nearby.
Oh, Bagels goes wrong.
Ooh,
Darkest Sentinel goes wrong. Need a big mistake
chaos
from Spam of people here. And although you can make mistakes here, all you're going to do is clip the wall at worst.
Yeah.
But the two of them finish, you know, 33 for football, almost 33 for Spam. This is,
Is this a choice? Did they mistype?
I
don't know.
I wonder, were they aiming for 12 or 11 or something? I could imagine 11.
I pressed enter. Well, we can't go back, guys. Yeah, no, we can't. We can't backspace. We're not allowed to. Sorry. Yeah, there is. No, yeah. I mean, it's not as if they don't have the records, right? Again, we looking at times. It is somewhat evenly matched, but It's the fact that England hasn't really picked into Rally and now actively picking a map that not only is Rally but also using wood and the penalty snow to its favor as well is yeah, just an odd choice, and it's really starting to
Yeah.
backfire now that the Netherlands is not making any mistakes anymore. And look at that, another 33 coming in from Poepoer and another ace for the Netherlands. This is very precarious as next map 12 is a Dutch pick.
I think it's 12. I feel like would be a better map for England than this.
Perhaps, yeah.
I could see even winning 12. Messy, I haven't seen the Dutch lineup on there or the England lineup, but just going off the style of track it is.
Sure.
I'd be anticipating a better performance from England and something like that than this. It's like reverse their picks almost.
Yeah.
Mistake from
Bordeaux.
Poop there, so
yeah.
that is very important.
Sideways slide once again.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Idle gets it very
nice
nice, as does Socks.
Yeah.
Probably going to get
overtake
past Darkest Sentinel. Yeah, England going to get another point here, barring any major errors, just into the finish now.
There we go.
Yeah, but that's another point for England. Damn, but not
yeah.
out yet.
They
need two more. They need two more. What do you mean? It's my very convinced voice.
No, I can tell. Still,
I'm fine.
Just cuddle up below a blanket, right? Oh, come on.
Yeah,
It's like a horror movie, right? You don't dare to watch. You got the pillow in front of you. But yeah, it's 2 more rounds, right, for England to try and get that map pick back out of a possible win for the Netherlands. But no mistakes from any of the players. We'll see how this slide goes for Sideways. Poepoer a lot of speed. Ooh, Dark is dead. Spammy behind as well. It's a fight between Idles and Poepoer for first place, but will it be enough with, at the moment, Socks in third? I don't think it will. Socks will be able to clear that.
Really, yeah.
Poepoer actually overtaking. And Dark is coming in 5th.
Yeah, Bagel's too far back. Slightly missed opportunity of that round. But
yeah, it's 2-1.
I'm still
yeah.
I'm still a little confused.
This is a big fan loss, perhaps. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy with the results, right? I'm happy with the counter pick, but I very much agree with your confusion. I'm not quite sure what the decision making was behind selecting 13 here. Again, it's not as if the times aren't good from the English squad. It's more, no point has Rally been a choice. So yeah. Rebel isn't here. This is true. Yes. So yeah, we're going on to 12, a map personally, this is my least favorite, but that's because I just suck at this style of track, right? It's all grass, it's all boosters, a lot of penalty grass in between, and just maintaining that 4th gear, trying to get as much speed out of these turns as possible. Whenever I play this in ranked as 1, I don't play ranked high. I'm a gold 1. People still struggle getting AT. And I am positive that these players will be able to crush that AT. And just get as much speed as possible out of it. It's a lot of control over the penalty grass that will determine where things will go. And the Dutch team picking into this one, and for good reason, looking at times. That is pretty much Knusje, Poepoer, and Stuffs. These are the 3 fastest players with a 0.6 and 0.7s. 39s, I should add. Putting, the slowest player of those 3 on number 37. On the English squad, though, they do have to contend with Epos, who does have 14th spot with a 0.5. And following that up, we have Socks and Idlers, who are 61st and 152nd with a 0.8 and a 0.9. So, on average, the Dutch squad is faster. But as we've seen pretty much throughout the entire match, even with 13 being the way that it went, the teams are very evenly matched, right? And they definitely have that room to answer whatever it is their opponent may throw at them. I'm alone, guys. Help.
Oh, sorry,
I think
it.
Bassy went off to cry. Are you alright? You needed a minute? That's okay.
I'm still recovering from the last map.
He's in shock. All right, it's fine. I get it. I get it. I mean, it's. Yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with this pick. We're just gonna see this pick. This is a best of 5, yeah. So this is match point at the moment for the Netherlands. If the Netherlands is able to win their map pick right here, they will knock out England from this edition of TSCC. But if not, and England manages to counter the pick, we will be finishing things off on 7. We're off. Warm-up is over. Players are good to go. As mentioned from our times, we do see Epos, Idolus, and Sox for England, and for the Netherlands, we see Stutz, Pupur, and Knusje.
Yep, I really don't know how this one is going to go. Pupur with a very good start here. Epos in second, trying to catch Stutz there as well. I'm not seeing much of the rest of the England team, it has to be said. Down in 5th and 6th. Not too far behind, but they will need a mistake here, and I don't see one coming. It's not a track where there are major mistakes to be made. Epos is going to lose out on first by a tiny margin, but Sox and I weren't there, so I don't think it was going to matter too much.
I mean, good times coming in from top 3 there as well. All 39s. We've got some 0.8s and a 0.9, so the pace very much being set nice and high. But yeah, Sox and Isle is not able to match the pace for that round in particular. And yeah, as you mentioned, right, there's not necessarily that many spots where, you know, I suppose a crash could happen. It really does come down to the conversion of the speed that players will gain out of these penalty grass sections, as we do see a crash from Epos into a checkpoint. Now, checkpoints, they're on every map, right? That's just part of the game, and unfortunately, driving into a checkpoint doesn't mean you go through the checkpoint. This is not Grand Theft Auto or any of that type of game, right? Where you can just drive through trees or something.
Yeah.
But does look like an ace.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Idolus denied the ace, but doesn't deny the point.
That's fair. That's fair.
And yeah, despite me talking about that I thought this would be the kind of map that would favour England, it looks like it's definitely favouring the Dutch here. England haven't really been able to touch them yet.
It's definitely been just a pace issue for the time being, and yeah, a map like 12 does favour pace quite a bit. Consistency isn't as big of a factor here due to how open this track is.
Once again, we're seeing Sox and Idol at the back. Epos, you know, up there in the fight, but he is all alone. The gap that Sox is going to have to make up is too big, and even in that fight, Epos isn't exactly winning it. Got quite a gap now to Knusje and Pupur, one that I don't think he'll be able to close up in this final section track. He will not. And that is another 1-2 for the Netherlands, and I think this could end in... a bit of a thrashing for England.
Pupur just, I mean, I'm not sure if, so the time posted on the Trackmania events time was a 0.7 from Pupur. He just drove a 0.6. So he's not just driving well, he's driving PB pace right now.
Wow.
So it's yeah, very much, I think a bit of a writing on the wall, a crash happening right there from Sox. Did start off in first place, heading into one of the trees on this beautiful map here. But definitely making the chances, the odds for the English squad dwindle more and more by the second. We see Epos not having as much speed out of that jump as Knusje at the moment, who is starting to really challenge Epos. Oh, and a crash there as well. It's going to be another race. And 4-0, what started out as a just a banger of a match, honestly, just did for Tad and a lot of back and forth, is somewhat ending on a whimper at the moment.
Yeah, one more round to wrap this up for Netherlands.
Yeah.
And I expect them to. I haven't seen anything on this map for England. No way they can try and stand up to the Dutch squad here. So
it's I mean, as you mentioned at the start of the broadcast, one of us would be down in the dumps this time around. I mean, when I was casting with LC, it was me. As in Netherlands was playing against Greater Ireland. This time around, it does look like the Dutch are. Despite this crash right there.
Right, hold, come on.
Potential,
Copium.
I don't know if
Yeah,
that coaching
Stubbs
is
is
going to
in
be enough,
first.
though.
Can I just check?
Yeah.
Third.
And Kusha,
He picks
ooh,
up
actually
second for good
overtake.
measure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
that
going
is
to do it.
GG. That goes away of the Netherlands. Yeah.
5-0. Very clean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolute thrashing on the final track. Great pick from the Dutch there. And
definitely.
I do think the Netherlands probably have a stronger team this edition, but I dare say that a bit of a match was lost in the pick bans for England. The strange pick of 13 and then getting
Yeah.
absolutely demolished on 12. That's really not what they needed.
It may have been that just, looking at times, looking at what the Dutch squad is performing well on, perhaps, somewhat lost in the sauce, if not. Just trying to figure out what is that second pick, knowing that 14 was banned, may have cost us maybe a bit of a Hail Mary, right? Um, but yeah, it just didn't pay off. Didn't pay off. I mean, it was 5-3, right? So all things considered in terms of map score, relatively close, but it didn't feel that way, right? It felt more yeah, like I said, like a Hail Mary. And
Yeah.
it just the gamble didn't pay off, and with that, Netherlands able to win it 3-1. So congratulations to the Netherlands. You get to play Germany.
Yep,
Oh.
enjoy that.
Oh.
Nice easy game for you, nice
Hey.
and relaxing.
I mean,
Uh,
if you want to beat the best, you got to beat the best, right? So,
exactly. The only other match result we have in is from Division 2.
mm,
Finland versus Scotland. That will be going the way of Finland 3-1. So this has been a pretty poor start for British Isles, it has to be said. We're down to just the Welsh.
yeah, yeah.
Down in Division 3. Hopefully they can win that, but yeah, I think thoroughly deserved result there for Netherlands. And yeah, I think Netherlands versus Germany could be a very, very good. Looking forward to seeing that.
Oh yeah, very much agree with that. So yeah, Russia Estonia still ongoing. Not quite sure what the status is over there. Not sure if there's a POV. Perhaps I believe there has been a POV for Russia. One of the players has been doing. Let's see if he is doing that at the moment. Just scrolling through, scrolling through. Damp Light. That's right, Damp Light is doing that. Does look like, ooh, just looking at the score at the moment, they are playing on 21. It is 2-2. With, oh, wait, is it? Yeah, yeah, it is. Okay, they just, wait, is it? I'm a bit confused about the map. No, if I'm looking at the scores, it says 5-4, 1-5, 5-4, 5-2. In my mind, that reads like I believe that's Russia winning that, but they are clearly playing on 21 at the moment. So I'm not sure if they're just playing for the
Huh.
hell of it, or if they're playing because they need to. But either way, it does look like Estonia just one map. No, did they just win map 20? No, they were 1 point off. They were 1 point off. I thought they took it there. I'm a bit confused about the scores right there. But the match is about to conclude, so I don't think it is quite worthwhile for us to jump in for one or two more rounds.
That'll be posted
Yeah,
in the results channel soon enough, I'm sure. For now, I think we're going to go and throw to a break.
sounds
And
good.
yeah, we will be back with Netherlands versus Germany.
Don't go anywhere.
No, hey, that's the wrong thing. I did not.
Yeah, yeah, hey, whoa, whoa.
Welcome back, and we are here with the lower bracket final, as we have Germany playing against the Netherlands. Both of these teams were fully expected to win, or it would be one of them. In fact, of the 31
Yes.
predictions taken, all 31 said it would either be Germany or Netherlands, and one of them is going to reach the grand final.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
waiting for them is Norway, which I don't think many people saw coming. So
No, especially looking at those predictions once again, right? There was just a singular person predicting them to come in second,
yeah,
and then everyone else was like, nah, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, right? Yeah.
yeah, that was, I think, the confidence in these two teams to lock out the top two spots. But instead, they're meeting here. We still get the match between them, but it's just for
Yep.
a spot in the final instead of taking the whole thing. So I think this should be a really good match. We have picks and bans in,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, there are some interesting picks in there for sure.
Definitely. I mean, it's I don't think it's very surprising. Netherlands banning 14, seemingly just it's a map they don't want to play, right? Straightforward as that. But 15 may have been a bit of a counter based on what we saw of the Netherlands just now in 15. Perhaps combined with Germany not being in the mood to play on some dirt shenanigans. So with 14 and 15 out of the running, Germany picking into 19, making sure Rally Ice fills your eye sockets today once more. Netherlands choosing to go for 16, as 15 was unavailable. And then 12, which we saw just now, where they did a phenomenal job driving against England. So not too surprising that this is one of their picks. Rounding things out, Germany picking into 23.
Very
Again, you know,
odd
a
track.
bit of a odd track, right? Bit of a longer one, a lot of jumps, a lot of transitions. Um, very curious to see how that'll go. But yeah, based on the results from those four maps, if everything does go even Stevens, we will have map number 17 to conclude this lower bracket final.
A map which I am once again trying to remember
Yeah.
what it is. I promise I have played the campaign.
It's 17. I just looked at the screenshot as well, and now it already slipped my mind.
Oh,
No, 23 is what I looked at.
it's a full rally track. I know why I don't remember it. It's one of the only off times I'm missing because I am not bothering to get that on keyboard. I've got to be honest.
Well, I mean, it's I think rally is definitely a style that the Dutch have played. So I don't think they're too worried per se, but at the same time, Germany has looked flawlessly with rally, right?
Yeah,
Um,
they do also have Marius on there, who I think at this point has probably been around from when the cards were originally added to become the original rally car. So maybe some long lasting
yeah,
experience there.
definitely. But yeah, look at those lineups, right? So just see on the Dutch and German side, just great players all around. Marius Giuliano, Purple Dreams and Mana, right below me. I'm very curious to see who they're fielding because I think most of the time they have been fielding Giuliano, they've been fielding Marius and Purple. Dreams does come in from time to time alongside Mana. It really does come down to specific maps where they feel confident. But 19 first on the board. Players already getting themselves warmed up, ready to get their rally ice in. But I do think that despite me wanting to be biased, right, and believing in the Dutch squad, I do think it's going to come down to these Dutch picks really having to go their way. And where 19, I don't expect the counter. I think 23 is where they're going to have to make it happen.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a big article with Dutch, but equally, Germany proved yesterday they aren't immortal, as they didn't just lose Norway, but they got 3-0. So my,
Sure. Yeah. It
I
needs
guess
to
I
be
had this
reeling.
idea of this German team being absolutely dominant, and after seeing that, they can bleed. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe that's why
I
10
really
wasn't
can't
picked.
predict this match. I
It's
think to keep things biased, I need to root for Germany.
sure.
I think
I
that's
mean,
how it
that's
works.
is that how it works? Yeah,
If
I
you're
mean
going
you
to be rooting
can,
for
yeah.
Netherlands, we've got to keep, we have an impartial cast by being significantly biased in either direction.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That'll do.
that
That'll do.
makes sense. It balances
But
out and everything. Yeah, I get
yeah,
it.
we will be going into the match any second now. 10 seconds warm up left. We see them warming up here on track 19. Very, very unique track. That's the diplomatic word I'm going to use.
Sure, sure. But yeah, looking like starting lineups for Germany are going to be Mana, Dreams, and Purple, whereas on the Dutch squad, we're going to see Pooper, Spammy, and Knusje kick things off here for our winners final. Sorry, losers final, winners final. Let's see, that's how much I expected it. But it's not. It's the losers final.
Big
We're
mistake
off.
for Purple.
Ooh, yeah,
Not
just
Purple,
sliding
sorry.
out, but
Didn't catch you out,
that
was.
was Mana. But yeah, Tupo are having to fight right now with Dreams to get that first place. But we've seen that the German squad really get this ending down quite clean to get in between the trees. But it does look like it's going to be Spam who does that, in fact. He makes his way in between the trees, allows himself to get into third place past Purple. And yeah, Netherlands putting themselves on the board 1-0 to, start to put on the pressure on Germany. It didn't look necessarily too unclean for the two players that were, the two players from the German squad and two players from the Dutch squad in that top four, honestly. So we'll see if perhaps without that mistake from Mana, things would look a bit different.
Well, Mana, still not on a great line here, but is at least in the top 5, overtaking Spam, who seems to have lost a lot of speed here. It is Poopo up at the front, but he is very much a one-man band right here. Dreams isn't going to be able to get past him. Mana almost does.
Yeah.
But it's a 2-3-4 for Germany and will go the way of German side.
I mean, it's this is Germany what they need to do, right? They are looking for these rounds on their map. Spam losing a bit of speed to be unable to contest what the German squad was putting down right there. Haven't seen too much from Knusje just yet. He is still, I suppose, cooking in the back, looking to make his dreams become reality. For the time being, though, both Spam and Knusje just having issues with that ice light there, and Poopor left to fend for his own. But yeah, with Mana and Dreams currently in first and second by quite a bit, having a lot of speed into this final slide. Does look like Germany's
absolutely sending it.
Ooh, he is sending it. It won't
Great
be enough,
fight
but
at the
he was
front.
going for it.
Yeah, great fight at the front, but it's not really going to matter. Spam and Knusje, both very good players, but not looking comfortable on this map at all.
No. I mean, it's for this point on. I mean, I guess Germany is gonna have to snowball, right? This momentum that they've going on right now on their map. Going on to round number 4. Again, just somewhat relying as well on some mistakes. Ooh, not a lot of speed coming in from Knusje and Spammy right now, but Purple going quite wide there. So it's gonna be up to Dreams and Mana to hold the forefront. But there's Poopor once again looking to make some speed go his way. Does look like he's going to be able to overtake Dreams, but will he be able to overtake Mana? That is going to be crucial when it comes to get to the finish, and he does, in fact, do it. And with Knusje and Spammy coming into 4th and 5th. Ooh, very hard fought, but Poopward did a phenomenal job for his team right there, making sure that, despite the rest of the team not looking as fast as they could have been, he was able to pull the boosters and drive a clean 0.7 there as well. Great driving from him, making sure the score stays 2-2.
Yeah, so despite this looking, I think, so good for Germany, it's still 2-2. I'm not quite sure how that all worked out. Just mistakes from the German side, and the Dutch have been there to capitalise on those mistakes. And particularly shout out to Poopball here, who has been so good here. Really carrying the Dutch side here. If he can get another first here, they've got another opportunity. I don't think he'll be able to. Mana's got a lot of speed. No. Will get past him.
Won't be this one.
Yeah, it's about round not going their way, but yeah,
no, but
not quite a done deal.
No, but it doesn't look like Germany is just gonna, roll over the Netherlands right now. They very much have to, keep playing honest, right? Keep making sure that they drive the lines that they need to be able to drive these 31s. That is what they're looking for right now. Dreams and Poop are currently in a fight for first place. But at the same time, a fight happening in the back between Mana and Purple versus Knusje and Spammy. may prove to be the difference. As Mana currently in third place, Cooper in second, needs to overtake Dreams
Oh,
right now
Pitbull
to make
gets
something
it.
happen. Is able to do it. Oh no, Purple misses the finish completely as well. That was interesting to see, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that goes
he
way of the Dutch.
it goes away to Dutch. That bit of a messy ending, right? Players just really going for it, and 3-all does mean that the Netherlands still has that opportunity to, counter the Germany pick from the get-go and play two maps of their own. That is
Yeah,
very, very scary to consider as well, right? Because you're not just, not just the idea of being eliminated if you do lose out on this match. You're still playing against the second seed of the tournament, right? Despite you being first seed, doesn't mean you just get that bye. You're gonna have to still give it your all. As for the time being, it's gonna be up to Mana and Purple to hold on to first and third place. Spammy, we'll see if he's able to pull the boosters as Pooper has been able to, but no such thing this time. But what a time from Mana there, 31.6
a
to
half second in
bring up
front of
the
the entire
place.
field.
Yeah,
Incredible stuff.
what a back and forth now.
So, only one round needed for Germany here, two for the Netherlands. Uh, I still say this map has gone way of the Netherlands in some aspect, though, because you don't come in to your opponent's first map expecting to win.
No, no.
And they've still got a shot here. They still have a chance. And Spam seeming on a better run here. Poopball again on a good run. They're holding second and third. One of them is going to have to
Yeah.
pass Dreams, though, and I'm not sure they're going to be able to do it. Poopball with a lot of speed. Not
No.
quite enough. And
Especially with the
Kaja,
mistake early on as well. Yeah.
yeah, costing
Will
them.
be so Germany do with a lot of trouble, honestly, pick up their first map, making it 1-0 in favor of Germany. So moving on to 16, Dutch pick to perhaps see the Dutch squad make sure they get their point on the board. Moving on from that, we'll be seeing 12, which is another Dutch pick, but yeah, it's going to be, I believe, up to Netherlands right now to, focus on getting those 2 wins in and then think about how they are going to beat Germany on 23, because I don't think that's going to be an easy one either. I mean, 19 already, I was, as mentioned, a bit concerned about, okay, is this really the map that they're going to be able to counter Germany? I don't think so. And while they did get closer than I expected, it did not happen. So 23 is the place where they're going to have to make that happen. But we're not there just yet. First, we're going to have to do some more grassy reactors with some plastic in between and see if the Netherlands is able to even up the score 1-1 here.
Yeah. I haven't seen the Netherlands on this track. But given their performance on 12 and the similarities between the tracks, it's, yeah. I think they could be in a good spot here, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, just see, riding along
Yeah,
with Spammy right now.
I'm really,
Hanging out.
I'm really struggling to to be able to predict this match here. Normally I have a good vibe of who's gonna win each track, but I really don't here.
Sure. It's I mean, it's to be expected, right? For teams of this caliber, you don't quite know where things may go, right? And because of that, there is always that potential for a bit of a luck of the draw. The dice simply going just turning just one more time, right? Expecting that 6, but seeing the 5 happen anyway. Stuff like that, right? It's hard to predict. But that's what we're here for, right? That's what we're here to discover, here to see which of these 2 teams is the better one this time around, and which one of these 2 will be able to face off against Norway in, well, not a couple hours. We need to figure out the exact time for that, as that match may be playing a bit later. I don't know if we already have an update in that regard, because that may be useful for viewers to know.
It would be useful for me to know as well.
As well, yeah. Yeah. So at any point that may be clear, I'd be happy to hear that, guys. Be happy to hear that. But we do know that that match will not be played in an hour. That is for sure. So we will be checking out one of the other grand finals in well, I'd say just 45 minutes, most likely.
Well, we're going to get underway here. Stuff's coming in, replacing people for the Dutch side. Lineup staying basically the same otherwise, as Epos was saying in chat, and I'll take Epos' opinions quite seriously, having only just been eliminated. Stuff is
Sure,
apparently
sure.
nuts on this. And my
Fine.
early impressions is that that is probably correct.
I mean, look at him, just so far ahead at the
Yeah,
moment. That is
two temps
just
up.
ludicrous.
Although Mana and Dream staying in this leading pack, it is, you know, a 2v3 here. And I still think this will go the way of the Netherlands.
Yeah, Dream's just a bit too far behind to help out his teammate there. And yeah, no, Steph's on just a great time coming in from all players at the top, right? Just all 42s, only Purple unable to match that pace. But then considering, right, fastest times that we can expect from these players are 0.1s, right? That is PB pace for them. But with a track like this, honestly, to be driving, you know, a low 42 in and of itself, that's going to be impressive. Just just in general, really. And I mean, we can see Stiff's just interesting line from him as well there on the sausage block. Don't think it paid off as well as he perhaps would have liked right there, as Mana is able to get into first place. But I do believe that Stuff's just because of his skill on this track, he'll be able to you know, keep contending for that first place, and we can see that happening at the moment. Spammy needing to come in to support his Dutch teammates, but at the same time, Knusha trying to overtake Dreams. Looks to have it for now, but Dreams with more speed out of the plastic. Will there be enough distance to make up for it, though? It is not, and in fact, Stiffs in the end overtakes Mana as well, so a 1-3-5 it will be for the Netherlands there, making it 2-0, but what a round.
Yeah, there were kind of two 1v1s happening there, and both of them went side of the Dutch. So it paid out there. Oh, that's not what you want to do. That's rough.
Dreams have been shattered. There's some jokes to be made there.
The McKechnie tech
Nightmares.
dreams there, unfortunately. um,
Oh, but we do. I mean, at the moment, Purple and Mana in second and third.
Yeah, this isn't a great round from Kanatia and Spam so far, so it's a lot of pressure going on for shoulders of Stuffs. But I think he knows how to deal with pressure, you know.
Sure.
You might have seen him in some competitions recently,
Yeah.
you know, really small events he's won, like,
Oh,
you know, the only major of the season so far.
Sure. Yeah, just some little things. Just, you know, driving
Little
a point
things,
four.
yeah.
No big deal. No big deal. He's just,
Yeah.
he's chilling. He's chilling. He is in his natural element right now. Now he's doing a phenomenal job, right? Just carrying the flag up high, making sure to get these 6 pointers in, and at the same time, Knusha and Spam are there to support him along the way. No major mistakes so far per se. Ooh, and until I say
you did
these
that
things,
one. You did that one.
I did.
You need to go and apologize
Oh,
to the Dutch team after this.
I need to.
That was some
I will send in
awful
a
cast
formal
cursing.
apology letter. Oh man, they're gonna roast me at the next round. Oh no.
I will say, with that happening, this is looking very, very good for Germany. They're holding 1-2 with Mana and Keck Dreams, but Spam and Knight are there. You'd have to say the risky call has probably come out here. As it's going to be so tight. Pushing. But I don't think they can catch Mana. They get 2-3.
No.
They really tried their best there. 0.6 is coming out from all of the top 4. That was a very, very good rate there.
Definitely, yeah. Just very close to call, right? Just hundredths of a second between everyone. I mean, just great speed. And where we did see both Dutch players try to get a bit more speed towards that final part, they were simply lacking towards the end. But this time around, Stiffs is there. No checkpoint to stop him and his momentum. And for the time being, actually, it seems like Spam is the one in a bit of trouble. So it is going to be a 2v3 once again, but it's looking a
you say a bit of trouble. He's still in third.
Oh, there he is. Oh, never mind.
Yep.
I missed.
Yeah, up to third now. Stuffs is on an absolute willy of a run here. Knightia and Spam, their support mode. This is looking like it's going to be a 1v3. This map has looked very, very good for the Dutch.
Yeah, and Ace is pretty much confirming that.
Yeah, they might have dropped a point last time up against Germany, but it won't be happening this time. And I can't remember what the score is. I think we're going to be a 4-1 here, but we're getting towards the end of this track.
So yeah, for now, the path towards 1-1 looking relatively clear, honestly. A lot more
Oh,
dominant
mistake for
looking from
Stuffs.
the Dutch squad. Oh, is there?
Small
Yeah,
mistake. Small
small
mistake.
mistake. Yeah, I was about to, he's definitely falling behind. He is in sixth place, so he's gonna have to accelerate forward in the latter half of this track. Mana currently in the lead alongside Dreams in second place.
Yeah, despite
So
that
currently,
mistake, I would trust Stuffs to be able to make up the gap again. And he almost has. He's up in a very close battle for third and fourth. 110 separating the entire top four here. This is going to go right down to the wire. Duff's getting a solid exit there, but he gets... That gear didn't sound great, but Spam is there.
Spam,
One,
yeah.
3, 5, and that is job done. The Dutch have cleaned up their map pick 5-1. Hard to ask for a much better scoreline than that, especially up against a team as strong as Germany. And we will move on to map 12.
Yeah, map 12. So similar style, not as much plastic. In fact, none. But a lot of grass, a lot of boosters, and a couple of reactors in between there. So would expect the Netherlands to yeah, perform in similar pace right there, which we saw during the match there versus England, driving 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. All in all, great times being driven. And Germany not looking quite good, but not as good, right? It's really come down to pace most of these rounds that we saw on 16. And yeah, we kind of caught Germany lacking in that regard. Not the same situation as they were in, right, versus Norway yesterday, where this was match point. They did win 19, but so far, Netherlands is looking more convincing. And I'm not just saying that because I'm biased.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is going to come down to the last two tracks. I expect for Netherlands to go 2-1 up after this one.
Yeah.
But they are
Oh,
going to
that
have
horn
to...
once again.
I know, that caught me off guard. Ah.
Poopor, new line. Interesting, interesting. I'm not quite sure if that's going to work.
I think I
No,
missed it
it's
in
warming up.
that last round, but Spam drove a 0.4 and PB'd apparently, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he was on a cracker at the time.
If Norway are looking at this and they're trying to have a think of, you know, if we end up playing the Netherlands, you know, we've already played Germany, we know what worked against them. If we end up playing the Netherlands, perhaps a 16 ban isn't a bad play. It's a bad route to go.
Yeah, yeah.
I
mean, it's been concerning as well. I mean, I was listening into the Dutch picks and bans happening on Spammy's stream during the break, and yeah, 16 they weren't as comfortable with as they were with 15. They weren't too happy about the ban on that, so who knows? Maybe still, you know, banning 15 is the better pick, but at the same time, 16 looking so strong. It's a bit hard to then, you know, use that ban to really control what your opponent is going to do. You can somewhat limit them, right? But at the end of the day, you're still going to have to play them against the map that they want to play against.
Indeed. For any change in lineups here, the Dreams, Kanicha, Mana, Football, Stuffs, and Purple. So, no Spam playing this time around.
No Spam, no.
First map that
Marius
he has
also,
missed.
not playing. Also, just Giuliano is not here. Wait, Giuliano, you were chatting. What is this, Giuliano? You were chatting. What? Where are you?
He does chatting for map 10 and map 10 only. Yeah.
Map 10 wasn't picked.
Yeah, he's gone for a lie down.
Yeah. No. But no, we haven't seen Marius actually on any of these tracks just yet.
Yeah, I saw
so
some chatting earlier, and apparently he'd be coming in for 17 if we get there.
I see.
I think it was Spam who asked that, and he was like, "Are you playing any?" Barry said 17, like the final track, and Spam just said, "Then no." Such is for confidence. But they apparently won't need to actually get to that track, but we are underway here.
Yeah.
We have Poople and Stuffs leading away, and ooh, that's not a good line from Knighter,
no.
and an even worse line from Purple there, so that is going to put it
Yeah.
into a very comfortable 1-2 situation here for the Dutch side. We have Mana trying to chase them, but nothing doing. Oh, actually, maybe I spoke too soon. You might get Stuffs,
it's still
but he's not going to get
one
Poople.
tree. Yeah. So even with the overtake there, it's not going to cut it. First 39 on the board there as well from Pupur. Not the fastest times we've seen thus far, right? With some mistakes happening here and there. Um, but the Dutch do lead 1-0 on their map pick, so they're gonna have to keep up the momentum, right? For this point in time, it's very much about making sure you don't get these counters happening on your own maps. I don't necessarily expect them to happen. Stiffs and Knusha at the moment in first and third do miss Pupur at the moment in their lineup, and Knusha actually not with the fastest speed into the second half of the track
Tech
here.
Dreams crashes though, and that is
Oh,
asking for a 135. Happen stuff
yeah.
so far ahead. Not the greatest line from Purple there. Certainly not going to be able to catch him there. So I think we're going to be
Knusha
turning our
actually,
attention to the back.
yeah, look at
Connection
that.
managed to get up to third, so never mind. One for
Yeah.
5 isn't necessary to get the job done. And yeah, unfortunately, we have Keck Dreams absolutely missing in action there.
Yeah, just not able to contribute in any way for this round. But yeah, I mean, at the same time, the small mistakes in the front allowing Knusha to get into third place as well does mean that the Dutch are able to get another point on the board, keep the momentum going, keeping this win streak of 4 rounds at this point going. We'll see if they, can keep that confidence. I mean, when we saw them against England, they were pretty much playing flawlessly with one crash, I believe. There was one crash. Um, doesn't look any different at the moment, honestly. Look at Stiffs just way out ahead. Pupur following behind. Knusha overtaking Purple now as well. And yeah, this is going to be Dutch ace. And look at these times coming in as well. All 39s from the Dutch squad. We haven't seen a single 39 on the German side thus far.
Yeah, the pace difference is so clear. There's not much to comment on. To be
No,
honest,
no, I know.
we're just
They're
watching
driving
this,
left, they're
and
driving right. Dutch
yeah,
are
it's a bit
winning.
like
There
right.
you go.
Let's get on to the next map here. I don't think Germany have any way in. This is almost a carbon copy of what happened against England.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think the main difference here is that this isn't necessarily the decider, right? There is still the
No,
room for Germany to come back. Ooh, mistake from Knusha right there, but look at that. Stiffs and Pupor are still firmly keeping a control on the race. Dreams trying to overtake there, but doesn't find the line. And yeah, despite a mistake on the Dutch side, it's
yep, number
still
one
going to be
too.
clean times. Still 39s
Still
coming in. The
39s.
first 39 from Dreams. But yeah, look at that. 0.7, 0.8. How
Yeah,
do you gain that much speed? How do you go so fast on a track like this? Well, I think you're just going to have to take a masterclass here from the Dutch squad because they know how.
exactly. It's such a unique track because, as with almost all tracks in Trackmania, other than perhaps Deep Dip, you want to be minimizing airtime.
Hmm.
And this track really, really challenges those principles because there's a lot of corners where you do have too much speed going into them and you have reactor. And you'll see, as right on board with Poopball and stuff, so these two are so good at, like, just look here, they get the smallest little jump possible. And they're going up here, they just manage to keep their wheels on the ground. And it's so tight.
Yeah.
And they
Look
drive
at the times
in
as well.
sync point sixes. One final hurrah on this map as they go 5-0. Great race between Stuffs and Poopball.
Yeah, yeah.
Despite the fact they are on the same team, so it doesn't really make that much difference.
No.
But we will be going on to the second German map pick. Amanda's left. Giuliano's left.
Well, so yeah, 23.
Which this track is not. Someone
Nope,
forgot to
this is
cue the
13.
tracks.
This time, no sideways shenanigans happening. Instead, 23 still rally, right? We're still having to deal with rally, and this is the German pick, so their opportunity to even out the score. For now, the Netherlands is leading 2-1, and no maps have been broken thus far, but the German one has been the closest, right? That 5-3 for in favor of Germany was still hard fought. A lot of good driving coming in from the Netherlands on that one. Curious to see how things will go here on 23, which is a track that the Dutch, we've had the Province Cup. We have played a lot, but it hasn't been the cleanest either. A lot of upsets have come and gone, especially at the ending. That final part with the balance beam, where players will be looking to go as low as possible to get into the finish, is where things tend to go wrong. Right, just going up just a bit too low, crashing into the finish, and where you may be expecting a 1-2 combination, all of a sudden the roles have been turned upside down.
Yeah,
So
this always maps like this always feel like a risky pick, because even if you have more pace, even if you have more consistency, it is by no means a guarantee. You know,
no.
maximum you're gonna get is 9 rounds on this track, and even if you are on paper more consistent, if you just make mistakes on the day, which can be tiny, tiny things on a track like this, it will be very costly. So I would deem this a bit of a risky pick from Germany, unless they've really, really been practicing it and are aware that the Dutch haven't. Which, if people practice into a CP like that in rounds, I think they'll be quite happy.
Yeah, I don't think they'll mind too much. It's because just looking at the times, to get a bit of idea of what to expect from the two teams, from the German squad, assuming everybody is in at the moment, which I believe is the case. We have world record from Giuliano at the moment. Purple is third, and Dreams has 9th place. So all top 10 on the German squad. So definitely makes sense if you're simply looking at that. But look at the Dutch squad, and they are slower in that regard, but they've got 6th place in Darkest Sentinel and 26th and 34th on Poepor and Stift. So pace-wise, maybe a bit slower, but I feel like a track like 23 to match world record pace or PB pace consistently is definitely trickier, right? There's a lot of these small tricks to happen here and there to optimize speed. So on paper, Germany is faster. I get the pick, but I do think that this will be a hard-fought battle.
Sure, we get underway here. Giuliano taking a very early lead. As from a noise coming out of Boney's mouth, I'm guessing someone crashed. That was Dreams.
Yeah, Dreams crashed.
So yeah, bad side for Germany here. Giuliano absolutely sending it, looking very quick here. Stuff's close on his tail. And Purple turns up now, and this does move it into a German 1-2. Risky calls are probably out after seeing Keck Dreams crash.
Yeah.
But
it does
it's
look
looking
like
good
the
here.
rest of the Dutch
Big
squad.
mistake from Stuffs.
Yeah.
There was going to be something to capitalize on. It's not there anymore. And yeah, that will go fairly confidently the way of Germany, despite having a mistake. We see
coming in a couple of 44s there.
Yeah, almost equal times, 4 thousandths between the two players. Very consistent there from a side.
That was definitely. Oh, well, for now, Germany, finally getting a round of their own on, their own map pick. Despite the mistake happening on Dreams' side, we're still able to, make the rounds theirs this time around.
The full Dutch squad.
Yeah, he's unable to fully match the pace at the moment. But it does look like when it comes to the section, right, jumping onto the wood is where Giuliano and Purple are shining at the moment.
Yeah, having the pace. Moving up into 4th despite the early mistakes. It's only really Stuff's up there now for Netherlands. We'll see whether he can do anything. Probably not, so... Are we going to see any mistakes here? We do see a mistake, and it is Stuff's. So that hands Germany the ace. And as much as I said, this feels like a risky pick just because it's such an inconsistent track. The inconsistencies, have been coming out from, Stuff's in particular in this ending section. It might be a case where he's trying to push to try and get that round win. There's no point. You can finish second in round all you like, but if you... Oh, dear.
What was...
Oh, dear.
Giuliano and also making a mistake, but Poepor just having the full respawn there. So it is going to be a 2v2. But in what way that happened? That was...
Of course, Dark Sentinel, fastest player for the Dutch side here. Not going to be fast in this round as he drives directly into a light beam. Which is a shame. This is a round that could very well have gone the Dutch way. We have stuffs up in first. But, yeah,
Yeah,
another big mistake from the Dutch side.
so purple coming in for the attack doesn't make it quite past, but Giuliano's right there to cover that fourth spot. So second, third, and fourth, all German names. And yeah, so far 3-0 for Germany. While it does seem like on the first half the Dutch squad has answers, but when we get into the jump onto the wood and then into the rally section afterwards, it's where it's somewhat falls apart at the moment.
Indeed. Dark Sentinel already a bit behind. Not a great start there, but given the gaps we've seen on this track, 0.2 here and there might not matter so much, as we see Purple kind of proving my point by driving straight into the wall there. That is going to turn it into a bit of a 2v2 at the front. Dreams looking slow here. Dark Sentinel going to get ahead. Giuliano still at the front, as you'd expect, but this is a golden opportunity for the Netherlands to finally get a point on board here on the second German map pick. It is so tight at the front. Are we going to see a snipe? No, we're not. The Poopball third, Dark Sentinel fifth, and Netherlands finally get on the board here.
Yeah, managing to find that that little gap in the defenses of Germany here to get that singular point in. Still though, some couple of 44s coming in there, 44.6 in particular from Purple there, and 617 from Stuffed there as well. So pace-wise, looking relatively clean. Ooh, unfortunate drop down there from Darkest Sentinel. So the Dutch squad, once again, having to play 2v3, but this time around, it's looking a lot more favorable for the German squad. Giuliano clearly in the lead, Purple and Dreams right behind, and now with Stuff sliding out, people crashing into the wall. Oh,
that's not good. That's not gone well at all.
Not at all. Yeah, this is looking a lot better for Germany compared to 19.
Yep, this is very little to say here. The three of them are going to cross the line quite safely.
0.4.
0.4, 0.6, and 45 flat. Yeah. Easy ace there. People hopefully just doing a bit of practice here and isn't actually that far behind.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's safe to say Germany have one hand on this map now. It's almost done. But Will takes on to the random track.
Yeah, getting into 17, which may prove to be somewhat concerning to the Dutch squad. I don't think they are looking forward to playing on that track as much as Germany may be wanting to play that. So perhaps this is the time where they're going to have to rally forward. Unfortunately, though,
that's not what they needed. They really needed. Stuff's up there. We see another crash. Dark Sentinel there. And that will be this map done, barring anything absolutely insane happening through this ending. But despite the concerns, this end has looked so clean. We've barely seen anyone missing. I think we've had one miss the entire time.
Yeah.
And that is job done for Germany here on their map pick. It's a 5-1 scoreline. And we move on to the random decider.
Yeah, playing out on 17. So it's all to play for right now. This may have been the finals most people, if not all people, expected. But this is the moment in time where we're gonna have to say goodbye to one of these two teams and see which one will be able to face off against Norway for this year's title for TSCC Spring 2024 champion. I mean, this is not the map we'll be playing, right? We're not gonna play.
Once again, loading into the wrong map.
Yeah, as we do. We'll get into 17 in just a little bit, but just taking a quick look at the times, right, as this is a random map pick, not looking too good for the Dutch squad. Couple of, they have a 21st place from Spam with a 47.3, but then a couple of 0.7s fastest times from Knusha and Pupor. On the German squad, looking a lot faster. 4 out of 5 players are in top 100. With times of 0.6s and 0.4s. So pace-wise, not looking too good. And I'm pretty sure that Germany has picked this track before as well. if I'm not mistaken, during either during Swiss or playoffs. And they definitely looked good. But there's Marius, as mentioned, right? As Chatas have said, he is here. We haven't really
Yes.
seen him too much this match, but he is here for the decider. He is here to close things out, and yeah. Spammy also saying sick to this.
Just checking out the lineups here. For this farm match,
Yeah.
we have Spam for the Netherlands. We have Dreams. Has Dreams been on every single map? I feel like I've seen an awful lot of
I
him.
believe so. Yeah.
We have Football, who he really, yeah, he really did shine on 13 up against England.
Oh yeah.
He has looked good on rally car, so he might be somewhat relied upon here. We have Purple, who again I feel like has been in. Maybe he missed one map. He has also been
Yeah,
dominant force.
but other than that, he's pretty much been in every map.
Yep. First sighting from Maris89. And Knightier as well, who we've seen an awful lot of. So those are the teams. These are the trios who will be deciding who goes for grand final. It will be one of these two teams. A lot of people thinking this track will favour Germany, but it certainly isn't over yet. I'm looking forward to this.
We're still gonna have to see who comes out on top, right? Even with 19 perhaps being a bit more favorable in our minds, that still was a close-fought battle. But either way, it's gonna be 2-all. I know it's not on screen, but I'm sure production can fix that. I believe.
Where'd it go?
I don't know where it went, but it went somewhere. But for the time being, good start for Germany. It's Dreams and Marius who are pretty much side by side at the moment. Spam and Poop are looking to make something happen, try to make an overtake work. Spam with a lot of speed through that turn. Able to control this car just barely. Dreams actually hitting the fence while he overtakes Poopor, but still holds on to his third place. And Poopor having to break down there to try and control the speed will mean that he falls behind. But with Purple crashing, it is Knisha and Poopor moving forward into 4th and 5th, and that does make the difference in the end. That is going to be a round for the Netherlands.
Yeah, is everyone expecting Germany to dominate here? Well, they've got off script immediately.
Yep.
We have Netherlands picking up the first round here.
Yeah, just making sure, they need these points. I know they're not looking too forward to playing on Rally. But, when the opportunity presents itself and you're going to have to perform on this is the time to do it. Unfortunately, Spam with a mistake. Dreams also out of the running. So Pooper and Knusha versus Marius and Purple for now. And Knusha wasn't really part of the conversation in the previous one. We'll see how he will be doing on this round in particular, though.
Yeah, Pooper has some serious time to make up if he wants to get him away of Purple and Marius. And he has a good turn there. He's catching up. He's overtaken Marius. I think Purple might be a little too much here. He might not even hold against Marius. He does hold, but I think they're really missing Spam that round. Spam did so well in previous round, driving a 47.7 that time, which would have been winning time again this round. So, yeah, perhaps a bit of reliance on, I've got to say the line, the 2012 world champion. I haven't said it yet.
I was avoiding it, but you're not wrong. You are not wrong. I mean, can you imagine? Can you realize it's been 12 years since then? It's how time flies.
Jeez.
How time flies. But looking a lot better for the Dutch squad. Poopor and Spammy currently in first and second. Knusha unable to join his brethren, but Purple, Dreams, and Marius lagging behind just a bit. Every single turn is going to be crucial here. I'm very curious to see if any of these players decide to take a little bit of a break tap going into this little chicane. Doesn't seem to be the case. And Spam actually being overtaken by Purple right now. Marius also looking to do much of the same. It's going to be up to Poopor to try and catch up to Marius. Does he make it? Oh, he does not. And so we do have a 1-3-6 in the end. That could have been going the other way, but it was decided by just 100th of a second. And Purple driving a PB. Let's go.
Yeah, 47.6. Really, really good time there.
Yeah. Yeah, quite impressive. It's a
Oh,
hard fought
tried to
battle. Oh no.
crash.
Oh yeah,
That's really not what they need. I mean, Netherlands, they're close on pace. They're not quite there, but they're close. But that means they need all three players there every single time. So
Oh yeah.
anytime there's a Dutch mistake, it almost hands the round to Germany on a platter.
No, definitely. And I mean, Spam
People
and Poop are
not with...
trying.
Yeah, not a great line there from Poople. He will be falling behind. It's
No.
only Spam. I say him a mix, but he's still fourth. There's still a bit of a gap to the cars ahead. He gets past one. He gets past two.
Ooh.
And he's not listening to what I'm saying. He's still going to
Nope.
try and go for round win. It's not quite going to happen. He can be very happy with second vote. Another 0.6. Well, 247s from the German side as well. Pace of this map is very impressive, but this is now getting close to the script I think we expected at the start.
Yeah.
Only two
yeah.
rounds left for Germany.
Yeah, and so far they haven't been looking that vulnerable just yet, right? There has been a couple of mistakes, right, from one of the players, but they do keep in that top three, right? They do stay a threat to the Netherlands here this time around as we make our way towards the halfway mark of the track. Everyone's still in the mix. Nice mixture as well between all of the players, but unfortunately, Poop are going a bit too wide, losing a lot of speed, and Spam being overtaken now as well by Marius. And Purple getting in front as well. It's going to be up to Knusha to try and reinforce his teammate. Makes it through the chicane quite nicely.
Bam gets that turn
front
well,
is
and
where
it's
it's all
still
about.
close. Is Bam going to be able to do this? It is so close to Maris. I think Maris just holds.
Oh, he
And
does.
that 28 thousandths of a second, barely 2 frames on a monitor, ends up deciding that entire round. And that puts it from something perhaps achievable to the Netherlands to a massive uphill battle. They will need 4 rounds in a row.
It's been, you know, like two rounds so far have been decided by 100ths of a second. And yeah, each way the pendulum swung in favor of Germany, putting themselves in such a good spot. Purple with a mistake
Pressure
right there, so
from
it's going to be a
Purple.
2v3. Still some opportunity there, but Dreams and Marius doing a phenomenal job at the moment to keep in that top three, to keep pressure on Poopor. Spam and Knusha looking to reinforce their teammate, but Poopor going too wide.
Good there. It's going to be
Ooh.
down to Spam here. We've seen Spam have an absolutely brilliant end previously. Can he replicate it again? He'll need to clear both of these players.
He
gets past one.
Ooh,
But he isn't going to be able to get past
No.
Tech Dreams. And that will be the match win for Germany. They will be going on to rematch against the Netherlands in the grand final. That was a good match. But the random map really going the way of Germany here. And the Netherlands really needed to break a map pick, and it just didn't happen.
It was quite close, right? I feel like with both nights, and even 70, despite it being a 5-1 again, it came down to those 100ths of a second that determined the result. It could have easily been 3-3 right now just because of those minuscule spots, but Germany was holding firm, holding fast, and were able to clutch out the match in the end. I mean, unfortunate for me and the rest of the Dutch team and supporters. Third place is all that they will be able to achieve, bronze medal. But Germany now able to get their, try and get some revenge, go for the rematch against Norway, who took them out 3-0 last time around. I don't think we're going to see 10 against Norway anytime soon, but what I do expect from Germany is for them to really come in and try and take home their first TSCC title.
Indeed. Now, I'm not quite sure when the match is going to be played.
Yes,
it's going to be slightly delayed.
That is the big question.
Due to the unavailability of a couple of the Norwegian players. So, I am waiting to hear that. I think what we're going to do, though, is we are going to hop into the Division 2 final, which I'm not sure who that is. It will be South Africa.
Versus
against
Finland, I believe.
Finland, yeah, it will be Finland.
Yeah.
So South Africa, Finland. That will Be the next match. And we're going to throw to a break now, but stick around. That should be a really good match to decide Division 2. It's really cool to have divisions this season,
Oh
in
yeah,
my opinion. I think it gives more match time to everyone. It's always a shame if,
exactly.
you
Yeah.
put in all this practice and after 3 rounds of Switch, you're knocked out. It's a bit of a shame. So gives them more to fight for. So we will be streaming that next, and at that point, I'll be able to give an update on when the next match is. So, yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good. See
So,
you guys
yeah,
in a bit.
stay.
Okay.
Oh, for God's
But we're
sake,
still here.
I
We're still
faded
here.
the same thing. I
We
faded.
stayed it.
Hello and welcome to the Division 2 final. We will be watching Finland versus South Africa here. First time we've had divisions in TSCC, so this will be the first ever Division 2 crown, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Two teams who we haven't seen in TSCC for quite a while. I think it's been about a year since we last saw a South African team. And despite there being a lot of very good Finnish players, they seem to stick to their own competitions a lot of the time. So it's really cool to see these two teams here and doing very well, having both reached this final. So
Definitely,
yeah,
yeah.
I am looking forward to this.
It's gonna be nice and good. Alex coming in as our South African delegate. Covering for pretty much. I mean, how many TSCCs has Alex been in? To be fair, feel like every single time you
How
see him
few of them
around.
has he represented Poland in?
It's
It's
been
like
a
the
while
Tom
since
Scott
we've seen a
meme.
Polish squad, but regardless, good to see him come in as South Africa being one of the countries allowed to have an import player. Alex covering for that, so good to see them. With the help of Nalex come in as the for the finals for Division
Yeah,
Two. That's what I wanted to say. Hey, words.
I'm
But
fairly
obviously,
certain if South Africa win this time, I don't think they'll be allowed an import next time. I think it's top 8
yeah,
who aren't allowed.
yeah.
So
Maybe a bit unfortunate. Yeah, they're gonna have to deal with that. But yeah, some great players on the South African side, right? We see Trident, Pancake. We got Supermax, SPMX, as I say from time to time, and 20, who, the times that we saw him perform during Swiss, definitely some great performances coming in. Just fell short of getting into Division 1 due to just some score differences. But here to look to take the Division 2 crown, but up against Finland, and where, as you mentioned, right, Finland hasn't been in the tournament for TSCC for quite some time as well. The names definitely are, some will be quite known. I mean, Woofley, I think, is one that most people who either have something to do with tournament organizing or just mapping, for example, will know about Woofley. Sake coming in as well, who's been doing a lot of competition as well on the Finnish
he
side.
he did play last time as part of the
Yeah,
Iterad squad. Actually, he played as an import for them.
yeah. Yep.
I think
Playing
they finished top
alongside, yeah, a
6 as
lot on
well.
20. Playing a lot of Winter 20, which
Yeah.
was the Israeli squad's favorite map, I believe. But yeah, joining them, Marmalade, old veteran, Mikos Golf coming in, and Alexi as well to fully round out this Finnish squad. And yeah, very cool to see both teams coming in, both countries coming in, and because of the division format, seeing these two teams duke it out for their chance of a TSCC title.
Indeed.
Also,
We
thinks
have the picks and bans in as well.
yes,
And there are a lot because this is a best of 7. It is a grand final, so we have a best of 7 this time around.
yeah,
So first up, the bans, we have 19 banned from Finland, so no interest in Rally Ice there at all.
no
And a
rally ice.
16 banned from South Africa, not enjoying the... I don't even know how you describe that. The floor,
Yeah, grassy
stadium
plastic.
floor, grass, plastic, reactor. Yeah,
Yeah,
fair enough.
yeah,
Next up,
something like that.
we have a ban from 9 from South Africa, so also not enjoying ice too heavily.
No, pick
I
for
don't
nine.
pick
There
from
we go.
9. My bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Of course, we're loading into it right now. I can see that. I should have got that one.
Hey.
Yep. So pick from 9 there. We then get a bit of a campaign in order. We have Finland picking 20, then 21.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. 20 is quite an interesting pick. That is the slippery wood track. So we
Yeah.
saw it go exceptionally well for, I think it was Denmark last time. That is a bit of a trick up their sleeve. Might be getting that wrong.
I want to say Norway, but
Yeah. I can't remember. It was
no.
one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, both Nordic countries. Who cares?
Similar enough.
But no, yeah,
21.
definitely.
Pretty odd track as well. I feel like you say that for a lot of campaign. We then move on to 23, so this is going to be a long match.
Oh,
Yeah. 3 of the first 4 tracks are into the 20s. South Africa then get an extra ban going into the last section of the map, where They banned track 24, so kind of banning that traditional mixed map. And also banning 17, so no interest in rally. There's not been a huge amount of cohesion to the South Africa bans, to be honest. There's
No,
no one
it's
style
not
they've
quite
really
sure.
gone for, but perhaps individual tracks that players don't enjoy.
I think it maybe is more that, yeah.
Yeah, Finland ban 15, so no interest in the tight dirt there.
No.
And the final picks we have Finland on 7 and South Africa on 8. So two fairly short tracks to round things off. I don't think I've seen 7 or 8 this entire tournament.
We were close to seeing 7, but yeah, didn't end up getting it. 8, I think we've only seen during Swiss.
Yeah, I know Wales absolutely adore 8 as a track, so that's probably been banned against them every single time. And then random decider will be map 12, which, considering the similarities between 16 and 12, I'm not sure South Africa will be thrilled with. But either way, this is all speculation. No point speculating when the game is about to get underway. So here we go. So this is the end of warm-up. We have Finland versus South Africa for your Division 2 title.
Yeah, and we're off just looking from the Finnish side. We have Marmelade, we have Sake, and we have Woofley coming out on the North African side. We've got Trident, Supermax, and Malax, and for the time being, as expected on a track like 9, things start off relatively close, but Marmelade, who is out of the woodworks at the moment, falling quite behind it. Supermax, who has the lead. Second and third, maybe Finnish names, with 4 and 5 both being South African players, Nalex and Trident. That is going to be the first round going the way of South Africa. I want to say, yeah, colors are a bit reversed in the sheet, but they are okay on stream, so hey.
Yeah. I just tried to go off what color I expect them to pick. And I've been wrong
right.
so many times.
It's 50-50.
I got this one. I figure Finland would probably go blue, to be honest.
Yeah. It does make the most sense. But yeah, so far, South Africa looking quite clean this round as well. And we have seen that in the past, right? Ooh, Alex with an unfortunate jump into the bobsleigh, but Supermax and Dryden right there to keep the pace going.
Some high-quality South African internet there.
Yeah. Bit of a spike in lag. Sake does manage to take the lead over him with just 0.02 of a second, but it's not going to cut it. Still going to be around for South Africa. And as I was in the middle of my sentence, and let's finish that sentence at this point. Yeah, this track tends to be all about pace, right? And if we see any of the teams having the pace over the other, there's usually not a lot that can happen to very much turn the tide.
Yeah, this time around it's Sake at the front, Trident pinging about, unfortunately with Marmelade crashes. And even with Sake at the front, it is going to be 2-3-4 for South Africa. There's only so much time that can really be gained through this bobsleigh section, so, you know, kind of after the jump into the bobsleigh, if everyone's got it relatively clean, you're not going to see any major changes in position, and you can just, you know, bring it to the line in case South Africa and they are looking like they're going to wrap up their own map very, very quickly here. This will be one of the only quick maps I think we're going to get in this match with.
Well, at least these
three
first
maps to the
4.
20s next. Yeah, out of these first 4 for sure.
So you know, it's maybe a long one, but yeah, it depends on how it goes. Right, for now, Finland, yeah, just not having the answer on this track. I mean, Sake at this point is in first place, but once again, looking favorable for South Africa right now. And
very favorable now. Sake losing a lot of speed there. And he is actually going to wind up last this round. Trident pings back into second. And barely separated by 10 for the entire South Africa team. Looking very, very comfortable here. Be 4-0 up, and I dare say we'll be off this track as of next round.
Yeah, definitely. Not a lot to say about what is happening here. I mean, it really would have to go very poorly all of a sudden. You know, there is, you know, still a possibility for a round perhaps to go the way of Finland, but even then, I don't think there is a lot that they can really do about the situation for now. I mean, it's in terms of positions, is good for Finland, but Trident looking to overtake, and despite these little lag
Oh, it's a
spikes,
bit wobbly.
Nalek's coming in now as well.
Still gets
Yeah,
third, though. And Nalek's Fearfelt was never really under any threat. And we are done here. 5-0 here.
there you go.
Nice, easy round to
Was to
kick
be
things off
expected.
there for
Yeah,
South
yeah.
Africa.
So yeah, moving on to map number 2, which is going to be 20. Get that, yeah, the wet wood in for Finland. With afterwards 21, considering the way 20 is and 21 both being somewhat slippery tracks, if you will, I do see how that makes sense in their picks. But these will be some long tracks. Obviously, we're not going to be playing here on 10. We'll be swapping maps in just a little bit.
Of course. Learning how
There
to
you
queue
go.
up tracks is
We
it's
don't
a
do that.
challenging
We don't
thing.
do that. What are you talking about? We don't do that.
Yep. Thank you, Birdie, for the raid. Everyone's saying let's go Quebec. I dare say you're a little confused. They got Spirit. Got him a theme.
Might just well coming in with the
Supporting
raid.
a nice
Two raids at
cold
the same time, I
nation,
believe.
perhaps. Even though Quebec isn't exactly a nation. So,
Yeah.
whatever.
But no, yeah, thank you, Verdi. I think you also Marantia. I believe those were the 2 raids. Yeah, I think they came right one after the other. So much
Yep.
appreciated y'all coming
those-
in and seeing the concluder for Division 2. Not Division 1. That'll be happening at, from what I understand, 6 CST.
Yep.
So that'll be 3 hours from now.
Yep, I just realised. Birdie, update the title. Oh, Birdie, oh my god.
I mean, someone else was updating as well, but I don't know.
I
if they're still
get on
doing
it.
Who was doing it? Who was
Who's
doing
the
it?
title? Fix the title. Right, for anyone joining now, we are watching the Division 2 Grand Final. First time TSCC has had divisions, and we're watching Finland versus South Africa here. South Africa, 1 map up. I have forgot to update it. There we go. So, yeah. South Africa coming in as the upper seed. Wait, how can I update title? I have no idea if you're a mod,
well, my
to be
game
honest.
crashed.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. That's how it goes sometimes, I guess. Yeah, so I will get that sorted in the meantime. Boot up game.
We're
While
seeing
I
any-
try to update the title.
We have a slight lineup change here. Not too big, but we have 20 coming in favor of Trident. Outside of that, I think the lineup's staying relatively the same.
Into room number 2, into spectate, and now I need the password before we get started. Oh no. I need to rush. Oh no, I passed it.
You do it.
Nah, it's alright.
You got 20 seconds left. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, we're fine. There we are. I'm back.
Nice long warm up on this. It's not like
Yeah, we got time.
not like monthly cups or something like that where you get 30 seconds of warm up on the track and you got to go straight into it. We're a bit kinder here. Give you 2 minutes. Get back into it.
But yeah, just in time. Yeah, just kick things off here. 20, the wet plastic action coming your way. This is the finish pick, right? So
yeah, it's quite a unique
into-
pick, so I'm expecting to even do quite well on it, given, you don't just pick this map on a whim.
no,
That said,
no.
Supermax looking very good right now. Oh, never mind.
Ooh, yeah.
Got
but
no
exiting out
speed
there,
out of there.
Sake also having some issues. So Marmalade and Woofley seemingly the 1 and 2 for Finland at the moment. And Supermax is lagging a bit behind, but won't be close enough to actually make a difference. And so it will be the first round for Finland in the match.
Some more players might finish the track at some point as well. There we go.
Yeah, because I
some
believe
big
last
delays there.
time we casted this one, we only had at one point had 3 players finish.
Yeah, we had one really die around.
Yeah. So that definitely is something to be somewhat concerned about. Ooh, but what a strong start from the Finnish squad, flying in formation at the moment, shooting their way forward, and already built up a lead for of what, Howa? I mean, a tenth of a
Oh,
second. It feels like way more, but that's just because of the speed that is in this
yeah.
track.
Now it's catching up
Sake does start,
and Supermaxes as well. So
yeah, starting
South
to set up the
Africa
attack.
not giving it up that easy, but it is still going to be an ace. This has been a very clean round for this track. We've seen so
Yeah.
many.
No
Okay,
ace.
okay.
Still a
I
win.
jinxed it a bit, you know. I did say very clean round, and one of them immediately drove into a wall. But you know, the thought was fair. It was almost a clean
Sure.
round. 20 struggling a bit there, but does cross the line. So
Yeah.
2-0 up to Finland here. I think this is going to be a very, very tricky map for Finland to go. Sorry, for South Africa to go and pick up any points on. But we'll see. 20 with a
Yeah.
far better start this time around.
It's very much a track where things snowball out of control,
Ugh.
right? Just because of the fast pace that is expected from the get-go and maintaining that speed throughout the rest of the track. Yeah, maybe a good start from South Africa right there, but they do not seem to be keeping up the pace towards the final part of the track, with Hoofley currently in first place. Nalix setting up the chase, though, but missing the rest
Not
of
quite
his
it.
team.
Yeah,
Oh, he's quite
Supermax
close.
made quite a big mistake, unfortunately. So those Supermax and 20 both had incredibly good starts. They were unable to keep it to the line, which was a bit of a shame there. As we
No.
moved 3-0 up, and a bit like the first map, it's looking very, very one-sided, but in the other direction.
Yeah, definitely flip around the other side. For now, map picks very much leading into who has picked the map. Will be 21 after this with some more sliding shenanigans. So this is looking to be definitely in the ballpark of the skill set of Finland for the time being. Supermax does have to lead 20, and Alex, unfortunately, not close enough to support its teammates there.
Relying on the
And yeah,
mistake from one of the Finns at the front here. It doesn't look like it's coming.
no.
We're all going to cross the line quite happily. 2-3-4, and that moves them within 1 point of picking up their first map pick here. I
Yeah,
think the scoreline to
great time
1-1.
though for Supermax, but it's not going to be enough. We'll see though. 5-0 looking to be in the works once again. Again, a one-sided map on our hands. And I mean, this way, these tracks that can be quite long are starting to fly by quite fast. Looking like Sake, though, a bit of a bad start, falling quite ways behind Supermax.
Ooh, it's
So
found a
starting
mistake
to
from
let go of
Marmelade.
Marmelade.
And this one might not end up being... Oh, never mind. This is now looking...
Yeah.
I was going to say it might not be a
Transition into
5-0.
water.
20 and Nalax trying to get him away as best they can. And 20 actually overtaking Wiffley here. And
He does
it's going to
have
get
it.
past him. Where is Nalax?
Nalax also
Nalax
goes
is
for
not
it.
close enough. It's going
But
to come down
Supermax
to
picking
fix.
up fifth.
Yeah, it goes where Supermax. And for the first time on this map, South Africa do get a point of the board.
Yeah. As we round from the Finnish side there, you can see it, the times in general also not really the fastest as expected. Yeah, South Africa making sure to at least get a point in. They're gonna need 4 more if they
Quite an
want
ask.
this map to go their way, but yeah.
And
It is
looking at how Nalax and 20 are
looking...
getting on.
Yeah, I
It's
think
not-
this...
Not
think we're
looking
done.
great unless there is quite a big mistake. We've seen big mistakes at the end here. Darkade's there, so if one of them does fly out here, not Darkade, sorry, Supermax is there, but it's not going to make a difference. 2-3-4.
He is cracking on though.
Yeah, Finland does wrap up their own map pick. Maybe not as confident as South Africa's was, but fairly dominant there, 5-1.
Definitely.
So
Yeah, 21.
for the first
21.
time, it's not going to matter that they, I guarantee, have not bothered queuing up the next track because we're moving on to 21.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh no, but Supermax is
can-
asking to vote. Please
Yeah,
vote.
yeah. Hasn't
Please
realised
vote.
yet.
Please vote to 21.
Please vote to jump onto this map.
But yeah, starting off things on the water, we're gonna have some more sliding. Not as much sliding as we saw on 20, but there will be some wood shenanigans happening here. Some driving through water, on top of water, and yeah, overall, not a lot of reliance upon grip per se.
Indeed. This
Ooh,
isn't a track I think I've actually seen. You playing TSCC. It's probably been played at some point.
Turkey has been a big fan of playing 21.
Yes, I did see
Um,
it once. I take it back.
yeah.
Um, I think when we hopped into Turkey, France, I think we caught a couple of rounds on this.
Yes.
But yeah, it's very unique track. Got lots of underwater sections, which are, despite the fact water's been in the game so long, it's still very rare to see. The only real competitive maps, or the only time I've really seen it in maps before, is probably Dive from the World Cup last year.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, it's water in that regard usually is used to, get watery wheels, and that's it, right? Just to have a
yeah,
specific section be that way. But yeah, this track very much taking everyone underwater and using those physics to see how how these players can deal with that. But yeah, just 45 seconds remaining in this warm-up. 21 next on the board. This is a best of 7 for those wondering for this Division 2 Grand Finals. And for those curious about what is happening to the Division 1 Grand Finals that is happening in about 2.5 hours from now. So do be aware that the full conclusion will be happening later. At the same time, at this point in time, we also have the other grand finals happening between Wales and Estonia. I don't know if there is any POV
I
of that.
believe there is. I am going to have a check.
It's also very curious to see what is happening in that regard. Wasn't the intention to have these grand finals to be split apart this way, but due to some scheduling issues, um, we are making sure that we do it a bit later, so that way all of the players from the Germany and Norway side are able to play.
Yep, I can confirm right now it is 1-1 Estonia versus Wales there.
Ooh, well, there you go. Same as what we see right here. And yeah, we are off here on 21. Starting off with Sake, Woofley, and Marmalade for Finland. We got Supermux once again, 20, and Trident to come in. So Naluk's taking a bit of a
Yeah,
backseat for
Trident
this
doing
one.
very well there.
Yeah,
Up,
just
racing
beautiful
up
driving.
against Marmalade. This is a great little scrap at the front, and a good, well-defined round. Of the 2-3-5 for South Africa right now, so they could immediately get an advantage on Finland's second map pick. And they
Oh, but
don't
there is
hold on.
Sake coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, Sake at the back.
Just
Again, a
blinking
very,
in.
very important role there.
1,000th of a second right there. That is too close for comfort. It is going to be around for Finland, but I mean, at what cost, right? That was definitely not the way you want things to go. Usually, you want them to be a bit more convincing. But hey, you're playing in the grand finals. You're playing up against South Africa. You're gonna have to expect some resistance. Stop these maps from necessarily going away. And where 20 very much seemingly was the way of Finland. South Africa was looking quite well on this track, especially Trident doing a great job.
A
But for
great line
now,
for Trident there, though.
yeah, it's the moment you
Max.
start saying right these things, it's when it goes wrong. And it's
Yeah.
Marmalade and Sake currently in top 3 with Supermax in between.
Yeah, no one to really go and back up Supermax, though, so unless Marmalade makes a mistake, this will be going away of Finland once more. In fact, we might end up with 1-2 here. It's going to be very close. Few hundredths of a second, but it doesn't change the
Whoa,
map
what a
score.
time as well.
It will be going to Finland here. Yeah, brilliant run from Marmalade there.
50.3. Marmalade on fire right now. But yeah, 2-0 in favor of Finland. And, ooh, bad start there from Trident. Didn't quite catch it there, but ended up into the wall. But an even bigger mistake from Woofley's side. As Supermux currently is leading out in front. It's Sake and Marmalade for Finland who are trying to chase down the South African player. 20 and Trident looking to come in to reinforce, but Supermux needs to overtake Marmalade. Bit of an awkward bounce there from Marmalade there, actually. Which may allow Supermux to take advantage of that. But for the time being, two players are pretty much neck and neck.
Wrong
Ooh.
hotkeys there. There we go. Back on board with Supermax Marmalade. Marmalade's final section seems so good, and I don't think Supermax can quite match it. And unfortunately, his team isn't able to deal with Sake, who seems to be able to pick up these consistent third places.
Yeah.
As done the last 2 rounds, and it's almost a carbon copy of last time.
And again, a great time there, 50.5 this time around. Still just miles faster than the other players have been showing off so far. Woofley, who did end up finishing last due to a mistake early on in the map. Still making sure that Finland is getting these points in and trying to get some wins. Oh, not sure if we quite caught that. Sake crashing out, so it's going to be a 2v3 for the time being in favor of South Africa, but Marmalade once again on a banger of a round. Look at him go. Supermux trying to keep up, but having quite some issues at the moment. Well, Marmalade needs some reinforcements.
It's making it very tricky for South Africa because Marmalade is guaranteed first. Where this time round, behind that, they have 3 players. Going to be down to see if Wiffley can do anything. I think Marmalade has... Oh, Wiffley crashes, and that will be round going way of South Africa. Finally picking up a point on this map, I believe. Which is quite stunning, because I feel like they play quite well. But if I can count
honestly,
correctly, they're 3-0 down before this round, so they drag it to 3-1. I wouldn't say...
50.3.
Yeah, I think that first round... A 1-point swing that happened right through final CP could have quite a big effect here. Otherwise, we would be at 2-2 and it would look a lot closer. But this is another good opportunity with one of the Finnish players crashing straight away. That was Sake.
Yeah.
So we're going to have Trident also with mistakes as well, though. So, I need to count. Well, it's going to come down to how Wiffley does. Marmalade actually falling a bit behind here. Now, given his pace, I still see Marmalade winning this round, but it's going to come down to this corner.
Yeah, he's been able to get out of this really fast. But...
didn't sound great. The gears didn't sound happy at all. He loses another 10 to Supermax. And if both Supermax are going to win, I don't think there's a team there. Oh, Wiffley crashes, but so does Trident.
That mattered a lot.
That was really unfortunate for South Africa there.
Oh, I'm gonna do something. I just hopefully it works. Can I maybe pin it? Pin it? Where is it? Where is it? Somebody said it somewhere. Somebody somewhere. Boom. I will pin your message.
Final is at success. Incredible. I might write a nicer one in a second.
Can I do that? Does that work?
Right. This time around, Marmalade not quite up front. Sake crashes, and this is an opportunity. We see another crasher. I believe that was Wiffley. It was indeed. So we have 20 and Supermax at the front here. Trident and Wiffley having a good battle about 2 seconds down as well. So we will go and keep an eye on that, because that could well decide a round. Trident with the advantage for now. Meanwhile, at the front, where is 20? There's 20. Good round there from him. And that will be another point going away of South Africa. That's so unfortunate what happened in the previous round. They could honestly be winning this track right now. But twice in 2 of the 6 rounds so far, or 2 of the rounds they lost, have just been decided by that final checkpoint. So
yeah, quite some mistakes on the Finnish side as well, right? From pretty much the first couple of turns, which have been causing them to not really be in control of their own map pick. This time around, looking like they do have a better start.
Wiffley's on a bit of an adventurous line there, but makes it work.
Yeah.
Dropped him down to 5th place. Only 20 behind him now, but this round is looking a bit stronger for Finland. I mean, Supermax still there, as always, as is Trident, so...
Yeah, just waiting for a mistake along the way. But yeah, for now, 1-2 combination from Marmalade and Sake heading into this final water section. They need to get the drift around this turn correctly to maintain this lead, and it does look like they have used the space to their advantage. And Yeah, a
Yeah.
1-2, 50.4, 50.5 for Marmelade and Sake to close out map number 3. It's going to be Finland leading 2-1, and we're going to move on to the map pick for South Africa, which is going to be 23. So no 22. We're not counting up that much. So we are moving
Indeed,
on.
we are taking a break, skipping over 22. Yeah, 23 is going to be another funky map.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we already saw 23, the way that went between Germany and Netherlands. Giving us an idea of what to expect. Won't be playing 22. In fact, I don't think we have seen 22 at all this entire tournament, at least on stream in particular. Let me be very clear about that. So
Yeah.
yeah, no
I remember what track
plastic wall
22
rides
is.
and whatnot.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
that one.
it's
Yeah,
a
I
very
really like
grassy
that
map.
track. I
Yeah,
really like that one.
yeah.
Again,
But no, apparently none of the teams we're watching do. And it hasn't come up. Well, so interestingly, like I said, the ones we're watching, because Wales, Estonia, first map that Wales picked was 22. So
Ah.
I guess we're just in a different area. Different place in this TSCC, right? These neighborhoods comprised of divisions, the division neighborhoods or something. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. But yeah, back to a South African pick. They were already starting to look quite good on 21, so now on 23, hopefully they'll be nicely warmed up and good to take back a map in their favor, bring it 2-2, and keep this match going. Hopefully to the wire. Honestly, I mean that's kind of what you're hoping for when going into the grand finals, at least as a non-partial caster. If you are favoring either Finland or South Africa, obviously you may be having a different opinion.
Of course. Would you be able to pin the updated message I put in the
Sure.
chat? Be a little
I
tinier
will.
than Ireland is a 6.
Bam. Oh. Got it.
Cool.
Easy as pie. In the meantime, if I do end up missing something, I am secretly watching the football. It is 1-1 at the moment, so I am, keeping an eye on that. Alright, just a couple seconds remaining. Doesn't look like there's going to be any changes on the Finnish side in terms of players they will be fielding. Nalek's doing some practice here, so we'll see if he will be playing along for this one. Alright, here we go. Good luck. Half funds are being exchanged.
And we get underway here on South Africa's second map pick.
Yeah, and there is a small change. We have Supermux, Nalux, and Trident coming in for South Africa for map number 23, Sake, Marmelade, and Woofily for Finland. And everybody off to a flying start so far, honestly. Sake does have the lead, but it's all South African names right behind him. With actually Supermux looking to overtake Sake, hitting into the wood here, and Nalux doing much of the same, actually.
Both survived that very tight corner there. And Marmelade now getting involved. So this isn't over yet, but Nalux looking incredibly good here.
Oh, yeah.
And Supermax there as well, so long as they both survive a finish, which they do. That will be an easy first round going the way of South Africa.
Yeah, just great pace being put down there, making sure that they are in control on their map. So far so good. Honestly, I'm not seeing any reason to doubt that thus far. Hopefully, unfortunate crash on his end is looking to hopefully rectify that mistake this turn around. As we are off for round number 2, and Sake with a crash there, but Marmelade currently a bit smack dab in the middle of these South African players. All he can do really is, go forward, but he needs the rest of his team to join him. And
poor turn from
now,
from one of South African players. I didn't catch who. Was it Supermax? Yeah, he's dropped behind. Nalux has dropped behind a
yeah.
bit as well. Trident falls off the track, and The
Oh
sea is
no.
parted a little bit for Marmalade and Ruefully. They can just go
Things have
ahead,
changed.
just survive this last jump, which they do with no worries at all. And we both
Yeah,
jump
there you
in. Only
go.
one who missed it is Alex, which isn't going to make too much difference when Finland have already gone 1-2.
No, exactly. Yeah, that kind of went the other way all of a sudden. For after just a couple of checkpoints, Finland finding themselves being in the lead, securing that as well, and evening up the score 1-1. Um, haven't been fully convinced just yet if this is the trend that we'll be seeing. But hey, I'm hoping for for some close rounds here. Obviously, so far, honestly, every map has been relatively one side. I think 21 probably was the closest one we've seen so
Oh,
far,
for
right?
sure.
With some some great action coming in from the South African team, but just not quite making it. This one, oof, yeah, this is
Oh,
definitely a
Trident goes
round in
so
favor of.
low there.
Yeah, and he makes it
Lucky to
across
survive
still.
that, to be honest. Very lucky to survive that.
Yeah,
Marmalade is
looking
there,
like
but with
an
Nalek so
ace.
far ahead, not going to make any
Does he make the
difference.
jump? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and we have a South African ace. And Marmalade is somehow missing every single spectator there.
I mean, I definitely
Oh,
wouldn't.
God, the
Hopefully, what did you do?
humanity!
Oh,
No!
God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't,
monster.
I don't think you can pay me any amount of money to take that seat, I'll be
Yeah.
honest. Like, it's a great view. You get to see the
Oh,
cars
yeah.
very, very much up close and personal, but perhaps a little too up close and personal there.
Yeah. The moment they miss the risky, all of a sudden, you're the one at risk, and yeah, that's it's a good thing they don't feel any pain anymore. They've dealt with this too many times at this point. They don't know any better. But looking back at the round itself, a bit more of a mixed bag this time around. It's looking
Ooh,
like Sake
Marmalade goes way
Marmalade.
too low there.
Ooh,
That's potentially a very big
missed some
mistake. It
speed.
gives a shot at a 1-for-5 formation for South Africa with Supermax so far
Oh, and
ahead.
look at Nalix.
They're not even going to need this. Nalix turns up out of nowhere. Says, right, yeah,
Wolves of
I'll take...
speed.
Yeah, I'll take second place, and that is,
Yeah.
in the end, a very easy 1-2 for South Africa here on their map pick.
Definitely. Yeah, just Sake finding his parking spot there in the stands.
On all the people.
Right in between the lines, perfect parking job. No sweat whatsoever. But yeah, it does seem like towards that second half, right, where we really get into the rally side of things, is where South Africa is able to really shine and gain so much momentum, honestly, that Finland really doesn't have a good answer. In particular, in this round as well, you can see it, right? Top four, that is Sake, and then Nalix, Supermax, and Trident. Marmalade, Woofley, unfortunately, not really in position to do a lot. But Marmalade already behind by a full second, and Woofley completely out of the split. Sake just trying to do it on his own, but Nalix right there with the overtake will make it a 1-3 for South Africa. And yeah, they are already on map point, just like that. Looking to even out the score 2-2. And yeah, honestly, every single pick has been a good pick for the respective teams.
Yeah, perhaps England should ask some tips from these two about how to pick maps.
Yeah, it's definitely, they haven't picked 13, that's for sure.
They haven't picked 13. Smart move. I gotta compliment Nalux here. I think he's done an absolutely incredible job on this track. I feel like I've seen him. He's either had an exceptional round and ended up first, or had a really mediocre round, then driven so well at the end he ends up like second anyway.
Yeah.
He has looked so good through this final section. Oh, Marmalade crashes there. That's a big mistake, and that hands the point for the map on a platter to South Africa. Couple more jumps.
Yeah,
We haven't seen anyone mucking up the lower intensity
No.
vortex identity.
They are doing just fine, and that is going to be 2-2. And that is all of our longer tracks out of the way. We're going to have to finish this track on at least these next two maps, which is going to be 7 and 8. So definitely some quick tracks coming your way.
Yeah,
First
sure.
with 7. having some wood action this time around. Not as much water as we have seen on 20. In fact, 0. And then 8, which brings us back to some rally action, which is the South African pick. And depending on how things go, we may have to conclude things on 12.
Indeed, if we want a quick update from the other grand final going on right now, it is Estonia versus Wales, and it is 2-2 right now.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Tit for tat.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just the football. Oh, so close, so close. Oh, but it's halftime, so I don't have to look at it anymore. Now, if these players could finish up the race before the halftime, rest time's over, I can watch second half. No, it's all right. It was first TSCC that Poland won, correct?
Yep. Long time ago now, but yeah, some absolutely brilliant names in that lineup.
Definitely. I mean, we had Road Taker, we had Forever, we had. I mean, I'm sure you've heard
Everyone
of this.
was
This,
in there, I think. Yeah.
This guy named Mime.
Mime, yeah.
Yeah.
He
guy
seemed
named
alright.
Mime.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe he went on
Yeah.
to do some stuff. We'll see.
No, absolutely cracked at that point in time. But yeah, just warming up right now here on 7-7, another track that is all about snowballing speed. This, like I mentioned, not as much water, more so making sure you get these gear ups at the right opportune time, and at the same time making sure you optimize your speed across these penalty grass sections, right? Just trying to make sure you don't get any airtime along the way, because this let's see if these players are as adept as we have some of the other teams be at 07.
Yeah, we have a new player coming in. We have Alexi for Finland, who we haven't seen in a match yet. So perhaps someone who is slightly better at wood. We'll see how that pays off. It will be who's missing? Marmalade, who has been a really good force for them so far. So
yeah,
we'll see how Alexi gets on here.
Yeah, first time taking the field for Finland here in this this grand final. So yeah, 2-2 on the Finnish pick here, and yeah, all to play for right now to try and get back the lead in the match. Supermax and 20 though, picking up first and second place for the time being for South Africa, and I do not see Sake, Woofley, or Alexi have the speed just yet to overtake either one of these players. Sake getting quite close to 20, but needs the rest of his team to get in there as well, but no can do. Supermax and 20 doing a phenomenal job there, driving in first and second and getting the first point on the board.
Yeah, very close map this, entire field separated by 0.3 of a second there.
Yeah, and then 7 honestly just invites that, right? It's
sure.
I mean, if you do crash, you do fail quite hard, but other than that, yeah, expect players to be very, very close to one another.
So this is Finland's map pick, I believe.
Yes.
So interesting for them to lose the first round, potentially an opportunity for a break, but they're looking a little better this time. But mistake from Woofley does open up the match a bit. Alexi, the player who's coming just for this track, looking in a good position. 20 can pick up second, but with Alexi and Sake first and third, nothing doing for the South African team there, and we will tie up 1-1 on this map.
Yeah. It's a good attempt right there from Supermax. If he was able to get first place, that may still have been around for South Africa, but unfortunately, just unable to stop Alexi right there from picking up first place for his team and making sure to get the first point on the board. Looking like a bit similar to what we saw in round 1 this time, with Supermax and 20 in first and second, and the rest of the Finnish team trying to chase them down. So far, no success just yet. We see some attempts happening here and there, but 20 for the time being in control of the situation. Alexi, though, with a bit more speed heading into the final turn. Sake
So
also trying to
tight.
beat 20 to the line. Oh, and it is going to be Sake first over the line, making the difference with Woofley in 5th place. That is going to be a round for Finland, but that was a very
So
hard
close.
fought
Seven
round.
thousandths between third and
Yeah.
fourth place, making, well, which was the decisive positions in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, South Africa
Definitely
really
too
pushing
close to
Finland
call.
here.
Yeah.
Oh, but not if
Oh.
South Africa can do that. One of their strongest players there, in Alexi, going into the wall, and this now turns it into a 2v3 at the front. We have Supermax, who has looked really good, following 20 in a 1-2 formation. And this round is now South Africa's to lose. The gaps might be tight, but there's only so much time you can gain on this track. They're going to cross the line 1 and 2, and it is a round win for South Africa here.
Yeah, solid driving right there. 0.9s from both Supermax and 20 there to pick up another round. And yeah, this is really where we saw these flashes of brilliance, I suppose, to call it that. Perhaps that is maybe underselling it. What we saw on 21 from South Africa. Here we are very much seeing them compete hard with Finland. Ooh, early mistake right there from, I believe that was Trident. And so it is a 2v3, but once again, it's Supermax and 20 who are taking control of the round, picking up first and second
but another
place.
mistake there was that Worthley. So he's falling behind. Alexi falls behind, and it's all on Sake to try and deny them now, and I don't think he'll be able to do it. The gap is just too big. It's once again going to be Supermax and 20 picking up another round win. Almost identical times to last time, coming in with these 33.9s. Stunning pace, and I think Finland are now at serious risk of having the first map pick be broken against them.
Yeah, they don't look like they have the control that you want to have on a map like 0707 already being a relatively short track, it being a green track, and just due to the nature of the way it's built, is bound to be close, right? Any and all mistakes are very heavily punished. Doesn't look like this may have been the right choice against South Africa, who, again, Supermax and 20 just doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, first and second, 1-4.
Yeah, I mean, Trident, unfortunately, not able to fully support these last couple of rounds, but, you know, that's what a team is for, right? To be able to lean on one another, even when this may not be the map for you. And he is able to, you know, get that support from Supermax and 20 to get across the line. And, you know, where he was doing, you know, the carrying on other tracks, this is the one where he is going to have to rely on his teammates, and they are doing a phenomenal job for him. For Finland, though, this is getting awfully close to their map pick being countered, being 4-2 in favor of South Africa, and yeah, they show no signs of slowing down thus far.
Yeah, it's a lot of reliance on 2 players, and obviously if one of them crashes, that does put South Africa into a very difficult position, but it looks like we're in a good rhythm now. And I think unless there's a miracle pulled by Alexi and Sake here, they should hold on. It's going to be so close. But Alexi denied by 0.02 of a second.
Yeah,
and that is the map broken. This will be going the way of South Africa. And we finally have someone taking a lead in this grand final. They've been neck and neck so far. But it is South Africa's map pick next, and really, they should wrap it up on the next map if they've got their picks right.
Yeah, moving on to 8. So once again, not needing to vote for the next map. And yeah, it's going to be some dirty rally for you all, because that turn in particular we saw just now, that is crucial when it comes to driving this track.
Finds the entire track, to be honest.
The speed you gain out of that is essential. If somehow, you know, you don't get the turn correctly there, you're pretty much going to lose every single round. But that is usually the case when it comes to these green tracks, right? There are 1 or 2 crucial points which determine the result. So we'll see how Finland is going to be able to match the pace that South Africa is going to put on this, as this is their map pick. So I am expecting for them to really pull out all the boosters and try and close this match out in their favor. They are on match point, leading 3-2. and I do believe that they have what it takes to do it. But don't understand me wrong here. I am very much cheering for my Finnish brethren here. I've seen too many of their matches, too many of their competitions to not be somewhat biased. So I am very much hoping for them to do well here and bring it all the way to the decider, which would be played on 12 if we make it there.
Yeah, it would be really cool to see this match go to the decider, see a full best of 7 here. But I'm not 100% sure how this track will go. Of course, South African pick, so I guess it would be in their favour, but I don't think I've seen either of these teams play so far, and I haven't seen this map played in the tournament so far. So, yep, I am going into this with absolutely no idea of how this is going to go.
It's, yeah, I want to say we've seen this once during Swiss. No, I don't. Have we seen this map in Swiss? Yeah, we have seen this map in Swiss. Yes. Obviously, yeah, you missing out, obviously, on our first week, right? We did have the opportunity to see both of these teams perform, and it's great to see both of them, honestly, at this stage of the tournament to, finish out this TSCC. This may not be the final match, but it is one of our last ones to happen, and it may be the last map to do it on. Here we are on Spring 08. The choice of South Africa leading 3-2. Let's see if they have the pace to beat Finland here. Already off the line. You do see Supermax and 20 currently in the top 3. First and second at the moment. Alexi trying to get in front of them, but not having the speed out of that wall. Yeah,
Supermax 20 and Alex all get that corner so well. Not a
so
great
much speed.
Not a great line over. I don't know what to call it. Like the dirt bumps. Bump doesn't feel generous enough for how big it is.
And just I don't want to be too negative, but 26.544 in and of itself, great time. Not his fastest time, I should say, but so far that is faster than every PB on the Finnish side.
Jesus. Yeah, that's gonna be
only by 100 to the second, I should say, but still.
Okay.
It's that's cause for concern.
Yeah.
Once again, look at that wall ride.
It's like Nalix and Supermax get a slingshot going across that. Nalix once again not getting the bumps very well. Ties
to the line,
name
same
skips Sake. Doesn't make a difference in terms of how the score would have gone anyway.
No. But
yeah,
look at that. Supermax is getting faster now. 0.4.
Yeah, 0.4. Jesus.
His PB is a 0.3. 4.5. So it's honestly hard to see Finland take it here. Again, it's really this wall ride, and so far South Africa is looking so good on this wall ride. This time Nalix the one to get it clean. Sake and Alexi right behind, but Supermax and 20 trying to get in front of him as well.
Alexi.
To perhaps make it an ace. No ace, but wow. Still great driving.
Yeah,
and,
we seem to have
already 3-0.
Yeah, I was gonna say we had all the long maps at the beginning, and now we've got these 2 really short ones.
And we're just flying through.
And yeah, we're certainly flying through this one. This map seeming particularly short at only 26 seconds. So, yeah, this match could well be over in the next minute or so, unless Finland can find a huge response here. I mean, Supermax and Alex just not perfect from Alex there. Pretty good line from Supermax, so they will probably hold on to 1-3. I'll have to check in behind Sake there.
Alex with the attack, though.
And, okay, Finland.
Finland is it?
At a point there. Slightly slower pace round.
There you go.
Yeah,
Keep
very good round
copium. All the copium. No, this is definitely a tough map to be playing on, especially knowing that this is match point. It's going to take a couple more of these rounds for Finland to perhaps get that confidence back. This definitely helped out, but they got to keep that momentum going. Alexi, though, looking to contest Supermax's speed at the moment, but doesn't get the speed out of the wall as fast, but does have the... Ooh, has some nice grip
beautiful
on those hills. Sake right behind as well to support. Needs to get past Nalix and does so indeed. Name diff, no siree. I'm just going to be faster than you. And Finland stays in it, brings the score 2-3, so still behind, but very much showing signs of life right now.
Yeah, this might not be, you know, as well. This might be a lot closer than I thought it was. I thought, you know, conclusion would be
Yeah,
reached.
it
I thought this
started
would go
out.
quite easily, South Africa, but not this time around. That said, I think I caught an early mistake there from Marmalade, so I was going to knock them one player down. But it's been Alexi
Yeah.
and Sake doing most of the work, so that might not be as bad potentially.
Alexi doing a
Yeah,
phenomenal
Alexi
job at
there
the
as
moment.
well.
Sake
And
as well.
Sake there as
coming
well,
in.
and it's a 1-2. And we're tied to 3-3. What has got into this Finland side? They've just woke it up, gone, oh, we might lose the match here if we're not careful.
Yeah, the control that was there from the South African side completely gone in these past couple of rounds, and it's really been Alexi and Sake who have been doing a phenomenal job. So yeah, it's essential for them to just keep up this pace and make sure they do drive without mistakes. Unfortunately, a bit of an awkward landing from Sake there does mean that he falls behind a bit. Yeah. Oh, Alexi going
Super
quite
Max.
nice and low.
Super
20,
Max.
not as much speed.
It's a good run, though.
Yeah. So Sake needs this third place right now. Marmalade needing to stick to 5th place to make this a round. Oh, and 20 actually falling behind Marmalade into 4th. And it all of a sudden is Finland on map points.
How has this happened?
It started out like an absolute slaughter, and here we are. Just a complete role reversal.
Yeah.
We were wondering what the answer was. Well, here it is.
I thought match would be over in 1 minute, but no, we might well get a whole other track out of this, yeah?
Yeah.
But it's not over for South Africa here yet. They do have Supermax at the front. That's probably not the entry he would have been looking for. He'll get decent speed out of it. And Alex goes flying, though. That is not what he would have been aiming for.
And I think that did it.
Supermax will take first, but I don't think Nalex and 20 are there to support. And that will be GG on this track. I don't think anyone really saw that happening. I certainly didn't. But yeah, South Africa beat Finland on their map pick, so Finland's go, yeah, fine. I'll leave the same on yours.
So yeah, 12 cleaning it up. Wow, chat's being so mean. Really mad, really mad. But no, 12. This is not 12. This is 9. If 9 was the place to finish it off, it would have been South Africa cleaning house. But that was map number 1 already, so we can't just do that again. That would be too much of an advantage. Instead, we're still going to have a random map. We're going to move on to 12. We are going to have some... why are we on 10? Why are we on 10?
Great.
This is not 12. Who messed up my intro? Who was it? Who was it? I bet it's one of you Trackmania players. Really mad. Really mad. Oh, it's 3-3 in the other grand final as well.
Yeah, I've just had a look at that. It's only a 3-3 Wales, so...
Could have just done a best of 1 then, honestly, huh?
Yeah, both of these. I think these were unnecessarily long, you know? It's
Yeah.
Just roll a random map, see what happens.
Pick that map, okay, you win.
Yeah.
So easy. It could have been super easy. But no, 12. I mean, 12 we've mainly seen the Netherlands completely destroy teams on. But yeah, now it's Finland versus South Africa, and I don't recall seeing either team on this track. And I'm not quite sure what to expect. I'd have to look at these the times that have been set here. And just taking a quick gander, a quick peek, it does look like South Africa has the better ranks. With an average time of a 40.2 versus Finland's average time of a 40.3. So...
only 1/10 difference, though. That's
1/10 difference, I think, definitely has room to still go either way. And because, again, this is not a map pick from either side... I think we truly have found ourselves in a hopefully even match. It's already been an even match, with this perhaps being an even map. With our first 4 maps clearly going the way of the side that has picked it. Maps 5 and 6 both being counters with I think most unexpected that win on 08. after those first couple of rounds. And now 12 to really determine who is going to be the Division 2 champion of this TSCC edition, Spring 2024. Which is the 10th edition, by the way. I keep saying it, but it's, people don't realize, and it's fine. I've only been doing this since the first one. It's cool. What? No, it's all good. But yeah, it's good to see though. Now with all the divisions going, Division 1 again will be happening later on. But then the Division 3 final also going 3-3. Honestly, what more could you ask for as an enjoyer of Trackmania?
First round in the final map has gone to Wales, so I'm going to have that open on my second monitor, I think.
Yeah, I can tell you what's on my second monitor, but I already told you.
The Euros.
Yep. I was hoping to get back to it after halftime, but no, here I am. Casting a quite exciting final, honestly. So I can't really complain too much. Yeah, there are worse things to do, and this is definitely, in my opinion, one of the better things to be doing with my free time here on this great Sunday. Once again, happy Father's Day, and hopefully you have said hi, and perhaps called your dad or something. Please do. Sure he'd enjoy it.
Oh, mistake from Marmalade there.
Yeah, he has time to call his dad now. He can get to that. Sake and Woofley for the time being in first and fourth. So it does look like this is going to be a round for South Africa, with Supermax actually overtaking Woofley there in the end. It's going to be 1-0 in favor of South Africa.
Yeah.
Nope, there's Marmalade. Made it.
First blood goes to South Africa here. But I wouldn't say it looked particularly convincing in terms of pace. They just got almost lucky that Marmalade did crash. So right on board with Marmalade for a bit. See how pace they're looking from that Finnish player. For now?
Yeah, just a little bit behind.
Yeah, for now, everyone's very close. Sake in last right now, but might be carrying some more speed.
Yeah, well, too much speed, in fact.
too much speed, fair. Yeah. We have Nalek in third. Swiftly and Trident at the front, though. This could be a very important battle between Naleks and Marmalade. Depending on what happens to Trident. Where he Woofley gets it, but it will be 2-3-5.
Yeah.
Going the way of South Africa, so they will pick up a second point here.
Yeah, Marmalade, unfortunately, unable to get those final few turns going his way, and ending up in fourth place. Does mean South Africa gets the point on the board once again after perhaps a unexpected loss on 08. So far, they're looking quite good here on 12. Definitely not done just yet, as Finland has the pace to match, but needing to have fewer mistakes so far. They've had a mistake from Marmalade in round 1. They've had a mistake from Sake in round 2. This time around, no mistakes on either side, and it's looking a lot more in favor of Finland for this one. Marmalade deciding to go on the right side of the tree. Does lose some speed, and both Sake and Woofley hitting the same tree.
What happened
the humanity. There? The humanity.
Oh, that was awful. That was their round. They should have been, it was looking like a fairly solid 1-4-5 there. But instead they handed 1-2 to Supermax and Alex. Just gave him that.
Basically, yeah, that's it's really just the one tree in the way, right? There's a lot of space to get around it, both on the left and right side, but somehow the gravitational pull of nature just decided, no, I'm sorry, this is the way. Marmalade, though, nice lead for this round. Far ahead of Supermax and Alex, who are currently in second and third, but not a best jump onto the booster, and now falling way behind.
Lose a lot of speed there.
Yeah, but now also Alex dropping down. Sake and Woofley in first and third need to keep ahead of Supermax. Sake needs to get this lead across, but loses too much speed on that last uphill and won't be able to get past. So it's going to be a 1-4-5 for South Africa, and it is all or nothing for Finland now. Needs the reverse sweep, and they have been very close, honestly, with these last couple of rounds, but just unable to stick the landing, unable to keep the consistency going. Every single time there's been a slight error. And this is the time to stop it. Get some help, right?
Yeah, stop crashing. I mean, they did a comeback from 3 points down against South Africa last time. I think seeing it from 4 points down might be a bit much, though.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. Woefully behind as well. That's really not what they need now. But they do have sake and they do have marmalade. 1 and 3.
Yeah,
Can they hold on fifth? Can they get a point on board here? But Nalex is catching. Nalex is so close. Nalex overtakes. And that will...
He does it.
That will do it. That will crown South Africa as the winners of Division 2, TSEC. Incredible match there.
I mean, it's maybe a 5-0 to conclude it, but my word, this definitely could have been a very different scoreline, and we easily could have still been in this match. But no, South Africa does it 5-0. Congratulations to them, and congratulations to their Div 2 title, which the first time giving a Div 2 title away in general. I believe the other match is also getting close to concluding, but yeah, no, congrats to South Africa. Great to see them come in. Great to see Finland come in as well for this edition of the TSCC. And hopefully, everybody involved has enjoyed the new format for that matter, because I think that is what has allowed this match to happen in the first place.
Yeah, we wouldn't have got those matches in past in the Division 3 final. Unfortunately, my bias. Estonia have just got them beaten Wales 5-3 on the last track. So very close game there. But that's concluded as well. But there is still one more match left of TSCC. That's the grand final. Due to some issues with player availability, that has been pushed back until it is pinned. 4 PM UTC, 5 BST, or 6 CEST. CST. Whatever people normally say. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Good enough.
Please come back for that. We will be putting out pings and everything. I imagine it'll make sense to end the stream now. And yeah, I hope everyone has enjoyed these so far. But yeah, one more game to go. One more game to crown the victor between Germany and Norway. That should be a belter. So these two come back for that.
Yeah, it's so I guess, I mean, if there's ever a time to drop that, make a nice Sunday dinner, if you will, right? Really prepare. You got plenty of time. You got plenty of time to do that. Then you can come back and watch some Trackmania action. I'm very curious to see. I would love to see either Norway picking up their first title or Germany being the first, not just to get 3 TSCC wins, but also be the first to win 2 TSCCs in a row.
Yeah, you've never seen back-to-back titles, so that would be impressive. Yeah, should be good fun. Thank you everyone for joining us, and we will be back at whatever it is in your time zone. In an hour 45. Yeah, just under 2 hours. Good stuff. Bye.
All right. See you guys then.